go for round two. He's going to go for the knock. Goes for the roll now. And he's spotted Serbiao. Looks for the clip, but he's not going to be able to get it. Jumps out instead, but goes down.
Forward, trying to get a better position, using the smoke to his advantage. Drives straight in.
Out instead, but goes down. Now it's just Portal alive. Poor Soul in a 1-1, but he cannot do it.
Hello everyone and welcome back to PMCO 2020 Spring Split Pakistan Region Semi-Finals. Today it is day number 2 and ladies and gentlemen, introducing your casters for the day, it is Super Johnny going up against Ocean Sharma, who is trying to punch me right now but he can't.
I mean, I want to, but not on the camera. Probably we'll wait for the break for that thing, but alright, coming back to the game and starting the game, because today it's gonna be A versus C. You know what that means. Team Bablu will be there, and they are gonna be in for maybe just one of the most amazing games out there, because from here it's a fresh start for the team.
Definitely, it's going to be a fresh start for all the teams in Group C, including Bablu, and another team that I want to look out for. It's going to be Hellraisers. The way Snaker plays, it is just amazing. But let's have a look at the overall standings for now and see how the teams from Group A and B did yesterday. Envy sitting on the first position, 72 points. Portal eSports on the second. Fyme in the top 3 right now on the third position with 49 points. So Freestyle on the 4th, H2E on the 5th, NortheSports on the 6th, Arkadians in the top 8 on the 7th position, and TUF on the 8th.
If you remember the first day when Team Bablu played, they had 116 points, and today if they'll play, we'll see if they can just topple the numbers or not. But then moving on to 9th position to 16th, if we have to talk about it, RNG was on the 9th overall, DFUZeOXY was on the 10th, HFT on the 11th, Team Aqua on the 12th, 2xOfficials on the 13th, FTFxEsports on the 14th, FTF on the 15th, and the day ended with Diffuse staying on the 16th position yesterday. So these were yesterday's standings, but for today, obviously, new teams, new names, not the new faces, obviously, not the new names, obviously, but still new games and all those things.
Yeah, it is going to be new games, and with new games means that you will get new points for the teams in Group C, because Team A have already played game, they have already points. So these are the points distribution. First, 20 points. Second gives you 14. Third gives you 10. From 4th to 10. Position, you get points decreasing from the from 8 points to 7 to 6 till the 2-point mark. 11 to 16 gives you 1 point, and you get 1 point for every single kill you confirm in game, which is really important, because as we all know, and as Ocean and I have been saying, confirming kills means you are getting that extra point for yourself, which in turn means that your standing is just going to go up. But standings are going to happen when you play the maps, and this is going to be the schedule for today. Erangel first, Sanhok, then we remove Wakendy and replace it with Miramar, and then we end the day with Erangel, just like always.
Yeah, the full circle comes in: Erangel, Sanhok, Miramar, Erangel, and then moving on to see the team names. There'll be 50% of the teams that you already know, as Aqua will be there, Fyme will be there, Arkadians, HFT, F2D, NortheSports, DFUZeOXY, 2xOfficial. So no new names out in this one. But then talking about Group C, because that group will be the one that is gonna be maybe just lead the charge, because you know LOU will be out there, Gaming Hub, the big names, HR, Rogue Nation, Nexus team, and obviously the team that does not need any introduction, not in the Pakistan region now, but maybe the world region as well, because the players are hearing their names, they know the name and the game out there. That's going to be Team Bablu, R3D as well, and 247 Gaming will be out there in the Group C.
Yeah, so this I think has to be the most interesting group out of them all. LOU eSports, Gaming Up, HR, Bablu, and 247 all in there. And R3D Team Nexus had good performances. R3D had some of the amazing plays as well. Rogue Nation also as well. So 3 wildcard teams, as in 3 teams that if they pop off can wreak havoc on everyone. And we have the other 6 teams that have those consistent killing blows on everyone else. So
exactly,
yeah, this is today, I think it's definitely going to be a war zone on every single map.
Exactly, and if not today, then obviously yesterday it was, and that will be shown in the form of kill leaders out there, because the players that wreaked havoc were Fyme with 13 kills for himself, and Envy Deadshot, we know this person, he did incredible, as Envy, was actually going up against other teams and other players. Envy Deadshot and Psych 13 and 12 for themselves. FS Baba, FS also had a really good run in one of their games. They had a chicken dinner for themselves. RNG Hamza as well on the 5th for the kills, but then moving on to for 6 to 10. Because these were the first 5. It started off, it was 13 were the maximum, 10 were the minimum in the 5. But then moving on, if we just move on from the 6 to 10 for the kill leaders, there will also be some names that impressed us and will be impressing today as well. Because some of the players will be having their names and the other players will not be having their names. We'll have to see. As you can see, PES Khan was out there on the 6th, TF Venom on the 7th, H2E Dread on the 8th, NES Sensei on the 9th, and PES Vegeta was out there on the 10th. So 13 kills to 6 kills was out there, but there will be players that can just do 6 in one game, as we know them.
Yeah, we do know them. We definitely do know them, and we have to see if the team plans to stick together in the kill leaders as well, in the damage dealers as well, just like they stick together inside of the games and the matches. But in a little while, we'll be jumping into the game. But before that, Ocean, what do you think should be Bablu's priority this time around? Because we were talking about this as well, as in every single time they get taken out, it was because of those silly mistakes that they made.
Yeah, my answer is same, no difference in that one. But
I asked you for strategy.
you told the strategy that they were being taken out in those silly mistakes. So that is my answer. That's what I said. All right.
Okay.
Like, what is this guy? But then, if we have to look for the teams to look out for, like Group C, Gaming Hub and Team Bablu. Obviously, Team Bablu will be there wreaking out havoc. So that is the name to look out for. You can see 61 kills from Gaming Hub and like double around for Team Bablu out there. And we'll have to see, because these were the matches, these were the kills, these were the damage, these were the healings for them till the group stage. Because obviously today will be their fresh start. They haven't, had any matches in the semi-finals. So today it all will be refreshed. But till now, this was the difference: 22 headshots, 13 headshots. So headshots, not that much of a difference. But see, the number seems like 22 and 13, not much of a difference, but 1 chicken and 4 chicken, that is a lot of difference when you call about chicken dinners, because for that you have to survive till the end, and that's what Bablu is known for.
Yeah, that is definitely what Bablu is known for. And another thing they are known for is the aggression, the sort of style of play that is unique just to them. And we saw things change on the final day of their performances as well, wherein the aggression was turned down a little bit, and the strats, it was a strat heavy Bablu that we got to see. Those sort of weird cheesy plays that they were coming in with, and it was really surprising to see this team play this style of play. But it was impressive as well, because they were really good at that as well.
Exactly, and we see before the matches happen, we need to dig deep to see what the player strategies are and all. We go for our research. So I was actually looking for Team Bablu on Instagram, and I saw their Instagram handle and all those things. They are close to completing 1,000 followers on that. That's a different thing. But then we were looking at their gameplays. I just showed you their gameplay as well, in which they were. It was a college fest or something. They were having back-to-back 3 chicken dinners and all those things. So they were receiving the trophy on the stage, and for that first time I saw their faces, that they are actually, like really amazing players on those things. So even if it's college tournaments, even if it's the big leagues and all those things, they have grinded their way, and it just shows in their gameplay, in their montages. There were Bablu Pikachu's different montages. Bablu Pikachu's 1v4 with the shotguns on his Instagram and all those things. So it just shows out there that how much aggression do you calculate when you have to go against either 4 players, either 1 player or something. So it's really good that you see an incredible gameplay from these guys.
Yeah, it is an incredible gameplay, incredible performances. But as we're talking about the other teams, let's focus on them as well. Because since this is going to be a fresh start, they can be contested by Hellraisers, and Hellraisers were really, really close, always like matching the level of aggression from the side of Bablu. But it is sort of a slow. The difference arises wherein Bablu, it is Danny rushing in always, and he always goes for those trades, and he is pretty good at it. Like we saw, you remember the 2v2 on Miramar, they had up against the players from DFUZe. Danny went in with 10 health, still managed to get a knock on a guy who was with 100.
We were talking about it this morning, if you remember. We were in the cab and we were talking about the gameplay strategies of that Miramar scenario, and we were saying like, at the end, there was that thing, the scope in
Yeah.
that was, kind of a wrong choice. Otherwise, I mean, obviously every game is everyone's until and unless they make mistakes. Every
Yeah.
team has the equal chance of having that chicken dinner once they are in the plane. But until and unless a player, something makes a mistake, it just goes away from them. That's what a winner chicken dinner forecast also shows. Like at the end of the games, you see that forecast. It shows that every team has this much probability until and unless they make a mistake or something.
Yeah, so this was the style of Bablu, and if you compare it to what Hellraisers do, Snaker is like he tries to go for the long range distractions, usually lays away from his opponents, their targets, and then starts shooting at them. If he gets a knock, his team is going to rush in and finish him. If he doesn't, he's going to distract them long enough for his team to get close, and then they go for the finish. So it is with these teams that they send in 3 guys to go for the finish, and it's just 1 guy engaging in the fights. Sort of a similar way of engagement, but the guys starting the plays are with 2 very different sort of thought processes. But now the game is going to be live. The first match, which is going to be played on Erangel, and the trajectory is starting from the extreme western edge of Gatka, almost on the end of the island, and heading towards the Yasnapoliana mansion, sort of a middle area. So Georgopol, Hospital, Gatka, Ruins, Rozok School, you can glide over to the shooting range area, Pochinki, Shelter, Yasnapoliana, Stalber. You will have to find a vehicle for Stalber and Kameshki. Military base Novo, they are out of the question, so you need to find vehicles to go over there.
And the players are dropping, ladies and gentlemen. Bablu is going for their drop as well right now. As you can see, Danny Tyrant out there. HFD is dropping as well. There are some more names, some more teams that are dropping right now. And Cronus from HFD is also making up their drops right now. We'll have to see which team gets challenged in the earlier stages. As Bablu, I think, is going to go to the Northern Georgia area, if anything, and all the other teams that are going to that area, they need to be careful. And Arkadians will be going for their Pochinki drop, if anything. And LOU as well is dropping right now. Nexus is dropping towards their areas. Let's see which team actually goes to it and how the fights happen. HFD Cronus is so far away from his team for some reason.
Cronus is far away. Look at Tyrant's drop location. His entire team went to the northern Georgopol city, and Tyrant has decided to drop on the central island side. On the other side, one thing that's different this time, it's going to be that Aqua is missing from the northern side. Ocean, it's a military base circle, Ocean. It is a military base circle again. And as I was talking about Aqua, they are landing towards the Milta Power area this time around. Yesterday's games that were played, they were landing toward that. Not yesterday, during the last few days of the group stages, they were always contesting Bablu on that northern Georgopol city area. And this time around, school and the school apartments, they have been split between 2 teams, NortheSports and F2DeSports. F2D, yesterday's performance was a little bit shaky, but today I think they will be looking to establish themselves in these games. But Fyme, they are going to be in trouble because Fyme likes to land towards the Milta city area. This time it's going to be LOU who make their way over there first, and Aqua is moving in that direction as well. One player from Aqua, it's going to be Hamza. So a cluster has formed right between Lipovka and the Milta city.
VFX is on the Stalber-ish drop right now. Bablu Tyrant is on the other side, so that can be a problem, or that cannot be a problem, depending, because HR, if I'm not wrong, HR Snaker is trying to spot the players and take them out. And for now, because no one is on the southern side, they can go as soon as they can. Arkadians are still in the circle. LOU is inside the circle. Fyme is inside the circle. And LOU and Fyme, if there's an early fight, I think one of the squads will have to beware of it. Gaming Hub is out there in the Milta Power area, and look at this. HR, they have a full area for themselves. This is one of the best areas to loot. Even now, like starting from Season 2, Season 3, most of the people like to go to Georgopol and see if you're in a hurry. Sometimes people just go to Georgopol, they just try to wipe out the squads or anything, and they just try to take the fights. And Fyme comes, look at that vehicle. That vehicle skin is so vintage and so amazing, if anything, and he is going out in that one right now. I think they are going to go to either military base and occupy that one, or if anything, Novo Repnoi, because both the areas are well inside the circle for now.
Yeah, they have to change their sort of normal location, because usually we do see Fyme towards the Milta city, but this time, since that place has been a little bit too crowded with LOU, with Aqua, with 2x being there, Fyme, they have decided to rotate towards the Novo area, and that is definitely going to be a good question, because now they are the first team to make their way towards the military base, where majority of the circle is. This is once again a water circle, but the difference arises wherein it's somewhere around like 50% 80% water. Military Island is there. The southern part of the main island is going to be there. So teams on the northern side, teams like TeamvfxOXY, teams like Nexus, teams like R3D, Bablu, HR, they will have a really hard time rotating in, because coming in towards the military area, if the circle keeps restricting on the military base, they are on the northernmost area, they will have to go for the late rotations, and in those points they can be bridge camped, they can be taken out on the bridges, and as we know, fighting on the bridges is a bad decision. You do not want to fight on the corridors of the bridges, and water rotations are going to be bad. But look at this, an early engagement could happen as the two players from the side of TeamvfxOXY, Alian and Moth, they could be spotted out by the players from the side of Aqua, who were quite close, but on that bike they will decide to get away and not actually be part of the engagement this time around. But as always, in a classic Arkadians fashion, Pochinki is their city, uncontested.
Yeah, as of now, it's Arkadians always, just like to be here, and they are out here. So let's just see how it goes for it. But then we're from the same area from where Fyme just went, 2x is also going from that area. Fyme Khan was out there. Let's see if 2x versus Fyme happens, because Fyme, if they make a left turn from here, they'll be going to Nova Repna, and there'll be a squad, or if not a squad, of players just waiting out for them. So we'll have to see what happens. But look at this, 247. They are charging on Gaming Hub's Emergent. What's gonna happen out here as Gaming from 247 is just moving in on the other side. Moth is also out there. Adil is coming for the cover fire, and LOU goes, takes down one, takes down two from Aqua as well. The third person takes him down, but 247, they just take out a player out like that. Gaming Hub, they have lost one. Will Adil charge in, or will the revive be given before that? That's going to be one of the questions, as the revive is coming right now. Moth is just out there. He has been revived, and players from 247 are still moving in. Adil is out there. He does not have a cover right in front of him. Has a tree for the cover. Is trying to stay there and trying to watch it, and Gaming just knows the location, I think so, because that's why he is just going. He is just taking TPP. KMD is moving on the other direction, and Adil will have to see what his strategy goes. He throws up a grenade from on the one side, and it just takes out a little HP from them. Now the second grenade on the other side as well. This can be a catastrophic one, but no, as they are still in the safety. Aqua Fandy has been taken over LOU. Phobia as well. So LOU versus Aqua. Fandy, if he goes down, that can spit a lot of trouble, as Hamza is out there with just 10 HP. Fandy is doing bandages right now, and after that he is going to go and give revive if anything. But if he just charges in, Abood can be in a lot of trouble right now. But Abood has done the revive, is moving in on the other side. Fandy is out there. Fandy goes down as well. Hamza with just 10 HP surviving. Can he take him down or not? Because Aqua does not want to be the first team to get eliminated, and he knows it. But on the other side, Razor comes in. Team Aqua gets eliminated on the 16th spot in this one.
Yeah, Aqua not just having a good day today. In the first game, the first elimination is going to be there. But on the other side, I think Gaming Hub, that also was an interesting fight up against 247. 2 versus 1 situation was what Adil was facing, and both the teams, the support was coming in from both the teams. The two remaining players from the side of 207, they were coming in as well towards their two teammates. But look at this, LOU eSports, they can be engaged upon right now, as we did see a team closing in on the other side. It was Nexus, and they need to be really careful, but Nexus just passed them by, prioritizing the rotation towards the military island, and they will be heading towards the Nova Bridge and in towards the Nova City area. But now LOU eSports have committed, and their location has been compromised as well, so they need to be careful about that entire scenario as well. Okay, so one thing, if you look at the minimap, 247, they disengaged from that fight and left the players of G-Edge. They just let them be. And another interesting thing, Tyrant is not rotating with his team.
Yeah, he is going for the other side rotations, probably. Like, they might be having a different strategy out in this one, and probably it might work. Maybe he is a front scout who is just going in forward to charge and see a good compound for the longer rotations or something. But then 2x, they were out in the military base area. They just rotated in, and there is one team for them. That's going to be HFD. You can see HFD, Umar and Murtaza on the downward side. Cronus is moving in forward. Cronus, he can take down Moth, or if anything, Moth has spotted the players. He knows that the players are coming. 21 bullets won't be doing much damage, as 4 players, 4 guns just charged on him.
You have 4 people just running in, and the other 2 players from the side of 2xOfficial, they were just hiding right behind him. So now they need to be careful, as the players from the side of HFD will have a man advantage on their side, and it's going to be a 3 versus 4 engagement. They need to run away while these guys are busy looting the crate that was there. And now Virus, Sajid and Aliyan, they need to get out of this situation as fast as they can. But this is the military base compound, and the good areas need to be held for as long as you can. HFD, they have a good position to hold, but in the distance we did see the players from the side of 247 coming down the mountain and heading toward the military base as well, so that is also going to be quite tricky to deal with. But on the other side, Tyrant did just stop outside, did slow down a bit, and he is just outside of the military base bridge area from where you enter from the main island to the military base, and his teammates are coming in, so they will regroup, and the first team they will make contact with, it's going to be LOU eSports right on the houses close to the military bridge. So that can be a camp setup, but Bablu is not one of those teams you want to camp, because if you are camping them, if you are setting up a trap for them, they will run towards you. They will basically finish and burn down your trap in front of your faces.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll have to see if Tyrant, if this strategy just works it out for this guy or not. Because sometimes, just like you said, the silly mistakes that just come in, they might just change the pace of the game for Team Bablu right now. But Tyrant is still surviving out in this one. He has a level 2 helmet, level 1 vest for himself. He needs to, just either change his vest or something. If he finds a good one, obviously he will be going for the trade right now. And the circle is obviously a totally southern circle. It's totally on the military base side. And look at that. Look at F2D's players. They are just coming in through the waterways areas, obviously avoiding any kind of fights that they don't want to take, or if anything, a bridge block or something. As LOU, is out on the bridge area right now on the left-hand side bridge. And DFUZeOXY screens, ladies and gentlemen, they are going to be taking the cave areas, the military caves out there, and the first airdrop already out has an AWM, and I think there can be some players right next to this. And if it's Bablu, because it is Bablu that is right next to the airdrop, so they will be taking up that thing. But look at this, one grenade does not do that much of a damage as it was on the other side. And 2x, one of their players were taken down, so this grenade can just actually wreak havoc as the grenade just goes in. Will it or will it not? I don't think so. It is doing anything right now. So 2x still needs to be worried because the numbers advantage is on HFD, but HFD needs to be worried because they are pinned in one compound right now.
Yeah, they are pinned in that one particular compound, but 2x, I don't think that squad is going to go any further than throwing up utilities in HFD's faces. They aren't going to go for a firefight. It's going to be the other teams from the long range battles that can actually cause a lot of trouble for the team of HFD, just because that compound is going to be pretty secure for them for now, but it is open on all directions. You are gonna have to run across from this compound to anywhere else you need to rotate, and that can cause some trouble in the later stages. As the blue zone is gonna close in and make contact with the play zone, it is gonna show us where the next circle is gonna be. And Tyrant is still split up from his team. He is choosing to stick close to the military base area while his entire team has moved towards. They were moving towards the Nova Bridge, but now I think they are going for the water rotation for themselves. That can be actually quite risky.
That can be, but it will depend on how. I mean,
they found a boat.
They are going for like it's that strategy. See, you kind of need to be passive. You're not going for the fight. You want the fights to come towards you, and then you'll either take the best. So they are just going in from that area, not from the bridge, not from anywhere. They are just going from the area where for now there are no fights, and the circle is a proper military circle, like the military area circle. So we'll have to see if the final zone actually has some smaller containers, or either the other sides of the cave or something. And Fyme gets eliminated on an upset in this one. That is going to be something out for the fans of Fyme.
Yeah, that is going to be a really big upset, not just for the fans, for the team as well, obviously, just because Fyme did have an amazing performance. They are sitting in the top 4 right now, and they, as we were saying, teams from Group A, they will be looking to have a really strong performance today just because they want to establish their standing. Their standings for tomorrow are going to be fixed. Group A is not going to be playing tomorrow. It's going to be B and C again. So teams from Group A, they need to have a really good performance so that when they are not playing, they do not get passed over. They are pretty much fixed in their standings. On the other side, teams from Group C, their objective will be to get as many points as they can for today so that they can actually compete with the teams of Group A tomorrow, the teams that are going to be done with the 8 games. On the other side, talking about what is happening in the game right now, as Ocean said, the circle is a proper military-based circle, and Tyrant is still on the main island. He needs to come in, and he needs to come in now. Since the clock has hit 0, his teammates, they are on the military-based island already, but outside of the play zone. So an interesting thing. This is, I think, has to be the first time we have seen Bablu avoid any sort of early engagement. And still being split up for your team can actually cause a lot of troubles.
Yeah, obviously, it's gonna like troubles will be out there for the team, and obviously we have never seen Bablu go with this kind of strategy. On the other hand, another team that has dominated was VFxOXY. As you could see, they just entered the military area from one side, and HFD, they are still taking off that fight with 2x. NES is outside the circle, but still they are trying to make their way. Third circle is out here. That is just closing in slowly and steadily. About 14 minutes and 30 seconds into the circle, ladies and gentlemen. 53 players still alive, and 14 teams remaining out in this one. We'll have to see what happens as slowly and steadily the players are moving in, the players are going in, the players are going towards the areas that just has a circle for themselves. But the factor is that they need to go there, they need to heal for themselves as well. And this is Rogue Nation, ladies and gentlemen. Titanium out here. He has spotted some players from Nexus and is going for a grenade. The grenade is a really long throw right now. We'll have to see if it does some damage or not. And the players have been spotted by the dog as well on one of the sides. They are on the upper edge of these shacks, and the players on the downward sides are doing everything they can in their power to actually, you know, just take them down. The smokes have been popped up, and the fights that are happening are still going to be happening as Nexus's players, they are trying to move in forward. Zulka has spotted some of the players. The dog is on the one side. He's taking TPP. Nightmare as well. Titanium as well. Which team is going to come out of this one? Because these two teams, all of them need a chicken. Now, ROG wants a good start. Nexus wants a good start for themselves as well. But no one would want a team to get their players to get eliminated while them actually finishing up the other players. And look at this. LZ is trying to finish up the players from the other side as they were trying to go for Arkadians. Fez, and with a car blast actually takes down 2 for the bank.
Yeah, they was just healthy. I think this man was just focused on the car. He did not care even about the players behind it. And now NortheSports, they are going to be in trouble as Snow is the only man standing for their side, and the rotation towards the circle is going to be pretty tricky for him as well, as he has Arkadians behind him and Bablu is right next to him. In front of him, it's going to be HFD and 2x. So a lot of team constricted in that one sort of a compound situation on the eastern side of the circle. But let's talk about this. ROG, Rogue Nation, going up against Nexus, and Hunk is going to be taken down with that M16. Wolf, he has spotted out the dog, but the health is just not there for him to go for the firefight. On the other side, as I was saying, NortheSports is going to be eliminated as the players from the side of Bablu are going to spot them out. Hellraisers, they are going to be in trouble as Snake is going to go down, but Nightmare from ROG is also going to be taken down, and Wolf, he goes charges in. There is a player present on stairs, and the peak comes in. Wolf is going to be going down as the dog just goes for a surgery right now. Stepped back as the health was really low on the player. Zulker once again stepping into the house. There is one player. He is hearing the footsteps. Doc needs to be careful. Zulker is going to step out for a moment as he is going to wait for his teammates to come in. But in the meanwhile, Nightmare is going to be revived as well, and ROG, they are going to be back. They are going to be back at full strength. But the same can't be said for Team Nexus, as the player was finished off. The heal for Hunk is going to come in, and Nexus, they are going to be in 3 versus 4. The nade being cooked, it has been thrown, but it's going to bounce back from the container, not going to do any damage. But once again, ROG, they are going to be cornered in this sort of a tricky situation, and Bablu Tyrant, they are Tyrant once again picking the fight solo up against the squad of Hellraisers nonetheless. So he needs to be careful as HR. They might be distracted. And HR Flamma, he is in a really bad situation, all alone, surrounded by a lot of teams, and he is taking the fight up against that entire squad of Gaming Up. How is this man doing it? He needs to be taken down. And on the other side, 247, they take down one of the players from HR as well on the long ranges. It was Trida who was taken down. But Bablu, they were entering this circle from the eastern side, have moved to the southern side, outside the military base compound, and Tyrant is on the extreme northern side. So the team has been split into extreme sort of situation, two extreme destinations. And Tyrant, he is taking fights with the players from HR all alone.
Nexus team gets eliminated out there on the 13th. We have 12 teams remaining now, and look at this, Bablu Tyrant just trying to take out that fight against the players out there from HR, as Adnan is slowly and steadily just going out there, and F2D's Ume also goes on, as Arkadians is taking their fight as well. So if anything, I would like to see what happens out there. Another team just falls apart out there. 247 Punjabi, he needs a revive and will be given a revive right now. RG Sidanium goes down as F2D's 47 takes a fight. We have seen this guy going really good yesterday as well, and Nightmare goes down as VFxOXY's player he just takes him down easily. Reaper takes down the dog, so ROG can be in a bit of trouble right now, and the circle is coming in slowly. The circle has taken a shift right now, so the teams around the areas of C buildings and all those areas are gonna be in a bit of trouble. And look at this new strategy is actually working for Bablu for some reason, as they are doing really good. A Rogue Nation gets eliminated as well. VFxOXY were looking really good for the fights, and one more player goes down. Phobia with that red dot on M16. Impressive.
That is actually really impressive, and he is still managed to connect and dish out a lot of damage on the players. But now Ghost from the other side, LOU eSports, they need to be careful as they are totally focused on F2D, but Bablu is right behind them, and if they actually engage in a fight, LOU is going to be in a lot of trouble. The advantage for LOU eSports is going to be for the fact that they are inside this circle right now. So Tyrant makes it into the circle, 247 is in there, VFxOXY, they have players in there, HFD actually make it right now, and LOU is in there as well. LOU eSports is in there as well. On the other side, HR, two players outside, R3D is outside, 2X is outside, Arkadians outside, VFX, it was just blast who was outside in the circle, out in the open. But Coronas, he was caught out by Phobia in the rotation, and Phobia is going to take full advantage of that situation, taking him down in an instant. But on the other side, Teen Wolf from the side of VFxOXY, he is wreaking havoc on the players from the side of R3D, and that fight is going to come to an end as one of the teams is going to be eliminated. R3D have lost a lot of players, and R3D are going to be kicked out of the game, down to the top 9 teams. And Arkadians Peasant takes a lot of damage, but goes down in the grass. He fired those shots. His position has been given away, sitting down at 50% health. He needs to pull off something special to come out in the open, because he is out in the open. He needs to find a good cover for himself, so that otherwise he is going to be in trouble, and his entire team is outside the circle right now. They are closing in towards this military base entrance from a really risky rotation, and Ghost is going to catch Phobia off guard, but Ghost is going to be taken down by the player from side of F2D, 47 doing the damage. The revive needs to come in on Ghost. Oh no, he's going to be finished off, and that's just going to leave Bablu in a lot of trouble, as Danny and Tyrant are the only two players that are left standing. And Danny needs to go for the hide.
Yeah, and they just have one kill for now. That's not the Bablu that we know for now, but how, I mean, why are they changing their strategies? That's going to be one of the big questions. Arkadians with just one player surviving, 2 needs revive, and they're still outside the circle right now. One player just goes on as Fazan has taken the exit out there. Ash is outside the circle. Will he be doing heal battle out there? That's going to be one of the questions, because he needs to pop up a first hit as soon as he can. If he does not, that will be the end of Arkadians. I don't know, for some reason they are still out there. Halsey goes down, and I think it is going to be the exit of Arkadians. 7 teams surviving, 21 players alive. Which team is going to come up at the first, as another circle is going to be exiting out, and the new circle will be formed. That circle can actually be alright. That circle, this circle, only VFxOXY is inside the circle. Tyrant is so close to the circle, but still he has to go it, and 47 has taken a lot of damage for himself, and LOU takes him down as F2D eSports make an exit on the 7th position. 6 teams remaining, ladies and gentlemen. VFxOXY, LOU, 247, HFD, Bablu, and 2xOfficials. Which team is going to come up at the first? We'll have to see. Abood is out there. They have all 4 players surviving, 6 kill points for themselves, but then VFxOXY is another team that has 8 points and all 4 players.
Yeah, they have 8 points on all 4 players, but Tyrant is going to be taken down by the player from the side of 247. Punjabi was the man who dished out the damage, and they are going to go for the finish on this IGL of Bablu, and he is going to be finished off now, and that is just going to leave Danny the only surviving member for the team. He is hiding. Did spot the players from the side of LOU, and Phobia is going to be engaged upon, but He did not get the knock. The position has been given away, and Danny is going to be taken out. Bablu taking an exit on the 6th position with just 1 kill in their hand. That is also going to be an upset, but look at this now. Down to the top 5. TeamvfxOXY are sitting quite strong in there with 8 kills, and HFD are going to be in trouble as LOE Ghost is going to spot out one of the players from the side of the team, and the knock did come in. But Ghost needs to be careful as well, as trying to fight in the open is going to be quite risky. And 2xOfficial are also going to be eliminated, as the last man standing is going to be in trouble. Virus, he is outside in the blue zone, so he needs to be careful. In the meanwhile, LOE eSports are going to take an exit, and I was saying Moth, he is looking to spot a Virus, but Virus is going to be taken down by the blue zone. The kill not being given away. Down to the top 3. 4 versus 4 versus 3 situation, and we still have to see who is going to come out on top. So 247 and TeamvfxOXY have the highest probability of winning this game, as both the teams have all 4 players in there. On the other side, HFD just in there with 3 players, as Coronas was taken down quite a while earlier. TeamvfxOXY, they are doing really well in this one. They have a lot of kills, but Gaming from 247 is going to catch one of the players from the side of HFD off guard out in the open. It was Amar, and he is going to be finished off from those single shots from that M4 of his. And Gaming from 247 goes on a domination, as 3 kills for him have been confirmed. But Gaming now focused on the players from the side of VFX. The shots were fired, but none of them actually connected.
Now 3 teams remaining out here. You know, TeamvfxOXY, 247 Gaming, HFD. HFD has never had a chicken dinner in their run of group stages, but both the other teams have had. TeamvfxOXY had an incredible poaching chicken dinner. Can they make up the second chicken dinner overall and first for the semi-finals? That is one question that we need answers from. 247 Gaming, they are doing incredibly amazing, as they are spotting the players and just taking them out in that one. As look at that, how are they spotting the players? That is more than impressive out on that one. And But Sahab will be making an exit anytime really soon out in this one. That was incredible, if anything, as the players are still trying to spot, being spotted out in that area. And 247 is the team that is fairly close to the circle right now, so they won't be having any troubles when the circle hits the second circle. Man, look at that, they have spotted more players out in that one, trying to take the damage, and some damage was done on TeamvfxOXY. But still, the players are surviving this one, and they have had a full smoke cover for themselves, a full smoke wall. The great wall of smoke has been popped up in this one, and will it be a 4v4? Because only one player from HFD is remaining, and it will be a matter of time if he just goes in, and one player charges in with one of the buggies out there, and he is just moving in. He has been spotted as well, as the buggy is about to be blasted, and look at that! Incredible coming in from 247 Moth, as he just spots out one player and just takes him down in an amazing way. And look at that, Murtaza was spotted, but then obviously 247 is there to take you out, and this will be a 4v4 fight. VFX in a bit of trouble, and that was something. 247 Punjabi, they are trying to take the kills, and 247 Moth is still surviving out in this one. How are they going to do it? How are they going to go for it? It's going to be one of the biggest questions. Level 2 helmet proper, level 3 helmet proper. They have taken least amount of damage out in this one, and the players are still surviving. No player, if I remember, no player of 247 has been taken down right now. No player has been taken down, and now they do, as Najib goes down. Moth is still out there, and Bursty from Team TeamvfxOXY just goes down. Reaper is still surviving out in this one. Can VFX just clutch it out, or will 247 has that advantage? Because they are taking the players down in an incredible way. Reaper is out there with just 50% of the health, 40% if you want to go precisely, and Punjabi is still trying to spot him. He will be having a cover right now. He is inside the circle. He has one first aid. Can he go for it? He has been spotted because he was in the open. He has been spotted out there. Will he or will he not just clutch it for his team? He's inside the circle, so he does not need to worry. But one good grenade can just come in. It is on the other side for some reason, but a Molotov is out there precisely on him. It is actually not on him. It is just a bit close. But if they just travel 3 or more steps, they can just hit a grenade that will be on him. He is still out there. They're trying to find an opening if they can, and if they find 1 pixel of him, he can be taken on. It's just a matter of seconds, as 247 is so close to their chicken dinner, and they actually get it, as TeamvfxOXY mark their exit on the second.
Yeah, an amazing performance from VFX this time around, but 247 played an even better game. 1 versus 4 situation in towards the end, and it is really hard to clutch it out. So he was just trying to delay it, and especially with no heals.
He was still in the open, so if he had just, like he tried to shoot the players, but then he was shooting at one player, and there were 3 other players that were shooting at him.
Just getting out damaged.
Yeah, so that was just one thing. He was just like he was delaying it and nothing else.
And he did not, as you pointed out, he did not have any heals apart from the one first aid. Any significant heal that can be important during the final circle if he wanted to go for the heal battle as well. But even that would have been a risk. Once again, that would have been just delayed the inevitable. But on the other side, a lot of surprising thing. Hellraisers got eliminated early. Bablu took an early exit. And we saw the newer team stepping it up. But let's have a look at the MVP. It's going to be Gaming from the side of 247 with 6 kills, 735 damage, 8 kilometers of distance traveled, and 25 minutes survival time.
Yeah, as of now, I mean, 247 Gaming had a really good run alongside Punjabi as well, because I remember like they were doing much amount of damage for the team and for themselves. If anything, 6 kills for this one guy, 735. It's a good number. It's a good amount for them. So we'll see like what happens out in the later stages or something and all those things. But for now, I mean, this guy has done wonders for his team and for himself.
Yeah, they have done wonders indeed, but can they carry forward the momentum? I think that has to be the question, because even in the later stages, like the last few days of the group stage, 247 did put up an amazing performance. They were having decent finishes in the first few games, but then later during the day, they did fall off, and their performances at the starting of the group stage, it wasn't anything special as well. So consistency, I think, definitely has to be a question for this team. Can they keep this going, or for how long can they keep this going? Because right now, this is going to be their first game played ever in the semi-finals of PMCO 2020. They need to keep this going in order to have a good standing, stay in the top 16 and qualify for the finals. But now, let's have a look at the top 5 players from this game and see who all are going to be in there. It's going to be TeamvfxOXY from the side of TeamvfxOXY with 7 kills, 640 damage, 247 Gaming on the second, 6 kills, 247 Punjabi is going to be there on the third with 5 kills and 1059 damage. LOU eSports Ghost is going to be on the fourth with 4 kills, and Hellraisers Fyme is going to be on the fifth with 4 kills as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good amount for these players. But TeamvfxOXY, the player actually played a really incredible game, had 7 for the team, had 7 for himself, and those 7 contributions. I mean, obviously, he will be ending up his day on the second position in this one, because TeamvfxOXY went out on second position. But all those things, we'll have to see how much plus and minus happens in the overall standings, in this game standings, if we must. But I mean, let's just have a look at those standings and let's see where it is keeping each and every team, because we were about to have a discussion about that. So let's just discuss it after this one. 15 killed for 247, 35 total placement points by them. VFXOXY is out there on the second, HFD, LOU. So there is one thing, Team Bablu is not in this one.
Yeah, not even making it in the top 8 this time around, and a lot of upsetting performances. Hellraisers on the 6th, that has to be one of them. LOU eSports, they even LOU eSports had amazing games during the group stage, and they were pretty consistent with their placements as well. So this time staying in the top 3, but need to get a lot more points to actually stay in the top 16. And from these teams, I think we expect them to stay in the top 8, not the top 16.
Yeah, that's
on the other side, a lot of points being accumulated by 247 Gaming and TeamvfxOXY. HFD on the 3rd, LOU on the 4th, TeamvfxOFficial on the 5th, Hellraisers on the 6th, Arkadians on the 7th, and F2esports on the 8th.
Yes, no, these were the top 8, but then moving in forward, this is where Team Bablu was out there. So the first game had 7 points in total. Next is out there on the 10th, Rogue Nation on the 11th, R3D on the 12th, Gaming Hub on the 13th, NortheSports on the 14th, Fyme on the 15th. So this one was a difficult one for me as well to digest. Like Fyme actually had an early exit in this one, and Team Aqua was out there on the 16th position. So where will it actually keep them in the overall standings, and how is it going to reflect? That's going to be like one of the, if not the biggest questions, but one of the questions out in this one, because we'll be talking about the overall standings as well in a while, if anything.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about the overall standings in a bit, but that is also going to be interesting, because you are going to have to see if team groups from Team A, if you look at it logically, groups of Team A should be in the top of the standings, just because they are playing more games. But we still have to see if that is going to be possible, because 247 Gaming, with that one performance, I think they will have a really good boost for themselves. VFxOXY will have a really good boost for themselves, because even in the top 8, there is a big gap between the first team and the team on the 8th position. And that can actually hamper the teams from Group A, just because not playing tomorrow.
Yeah, that is totally true. So that can just, hamper some of the things for the players, for the teams out there as well in the overalls. And it can, just make and break the game for themselves, so that whenever they'll be playing and all those things. So let's just have a look at the overall standings as we were talking about it, where the teams are after this match as well in the overall. So Team Envy is still out there, obviously, on the 72-point mark. VFxOXY, they can just go in, all in right now. It can be their time if they want to. And Portal eSports, they dropped down a bit. Fyme dropped down a bit. Obviously, they had just 1 kill, 1 point gameplay in this one. Arkadians on the 5th. Freestyle on the 6th, H2E on the 7th, and HFD was out there on the 8th position. But then moving on, if we have to see, like, where are the other teams right now? As 247 Gaming, they still dropped down. They had a 35-point gameplay, but then this was their just only 1 game, so they were out. Their team TUF is out there on the 10th. They will be climbing up 247, no doubt. And NortheSports out there on the 9th, 10 for TUF, 11 for 247, RNG on the 12th, PMCO on the 13th. F2D on the 14th, Aqua on the 15th, and FTF was out there on the 16th. But then after this comes the area that is the danger zone. Obviously, there will be teams that just had 1 game or something out in that one. So let's just have a look at that zone as well. That from 17 to 24, where are the teams right now? Team Bablu is on the 20th, 19 for Team HR. DFUZeOfficial is out there on the 18th, LOU on the 17th. But then this has just DFUZeOfficial is the only team that has had 4 games.
Yeah.
Rest assured, Nexus, Rogue Nation, R3D, and Gaming Up, all of these teams have had just 1 games for themselves. So obviously, it will change as the games are going to be moving in, and they'll be accumulating more and more points slowly and slowly.
Definitely, they will be looking to accumulate the points for themselves, and they will be looking to climb up in these standings. And DFUZeOfficial, as you were saying, they are the only team in there with just 4 games, with 4 games already being played. So they have to make sure that when they come in tomorrow, their standings are pretty sure and their performance actually reflects it. But for that, we will have to finish the games today and then move on to tomorrow. But the next game of today, which is going to be played on Sanhok, is going to happen after we come back from a short break. So you guys stay tuned and keep watching. We'll be right back. Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to PMCO 2020 Spring Split Pakistan semi-finals, and now it is going to be time for game number 2. My name is Varun Super Johnny John, being joined on the desk by Ocean Sharma.
Yep, and game number 2 is going to be Sanhok. And Sanhok, we all know that how the games, just pick up the pace. They don't even pick up the pace. It just changes everything for some of the teams, because the rotations either in one of the 3 islands, and obviously the snakes that are around in that areas. You can use snipers, but you cannot use snipers in the final circles. So you obviously have to stick either. And there's a new meta that people use Uzi nowadays. So all those things, because the final circle fights are fairly closer fights, and Uzi with its really high accuracy obviously can be used in an easier and much more efficient way. So all those plus and minuses they just come in, and players just go for it. So we'll see which team just comes in, because either will it be 247's another chicken dinner, or will DFUZeOXY just come in on this one and maybe snatch it away.
Yeah, that can happen. Or on the other side, I think, as you said, Sanhok is a match where everything changes. Change is definitely going to be required for team like Hellraisers, for team like Bablu. But let's have a look at the top damage dealers from the last game. It's going to be Punjabi from 247 on the first position, 1059 damage. Second being taken by LOU Ghost with 893 damage. 247 Gaming on the third with 735. Hellraisers Flama on the fourth with 713. And DFUZeOXY's Reaper on the fifth with 672 damage.
Yeah, I mean, these were the players out there, and then these were the players that had dealt a lot of damage as in the first match, obviously. But then it accumulatively it's gonna change a lot, because the numbers will be increasing and increasing. Obviously, they cannot decrease. You cannot subtract the damage, right?
Yeah.
You'll obviously be giving the damage out to all your opponents and all. Just don't throw a grenade on your teammates. That's all. But that won't count. Trust me, that will not count.
Yesterday we saw the gravity in play, right?
That
don't do gravity.
Don't do it. That will not count. But then on the other hand, if anything, let's just talk about the way the map of Sanhok. Like, imagine. All right, it's mostly there are the final circles that have houses in them. There is no area in Sanhok. Otherwise, there'll be ridges or something. Imagine if the final circle comes up on a road or something alongside bootcamp or something. That the open area that you cannot be snake, you cannot be anything like that. But still, you'll have to take up all the fights. So on those areas, the smokes will be coming in. The Molotovs, the grenades through the smokes and all those things.
Usually that happens when it is on an open area. It's sort of weird, because there is sort of the mountain or ridge coming into play, and the height advantage actually definitely factors in. But I would like to see that, wherein it's just a flat patch of grass, and there the final circle is.
Not even grass. Maybe there might be some areas where there's no grass. You cannot even be snake or something.
It is Sanhok. It won't be fun without grass.
Yeah, that is true. But then, just for a change.
Some man with a ghillie suit as well in there. In the final circle.
I hate you. but then in a while, we'll be jumping on in the plane, and then jumping off the plane, obviously, to see where the plane path will be, where the areas will be, and where the teams are going to go, and all those things, because Bootcamp, Paradise, Ruins, Pine, and the big name, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, the 3 camps, cave areas, docks, all those areas will be out there. So that will be one of the things that can just change everything for the teams, for the games. And we will be in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Why did I clap? I don't know. Plane path is starting from Mongnai to Bantai. So it actually has Camp Charlie, Cave, Boot Camp, Painan, Paradise Resort, Cow in itself as well, Camp Bravo, Lakavi, Kampong. The left hand, the right hand side, sorry, is up to the grass for the teams. But then where will the teams go? Like in the left hand side, will Camp Alpha Island be barren once again?
Yesterday when Arkadians were playing and Portal eSports was playing as well, they would land at Paradise Resort, but they were already always contested, and they lost a couple of players. This time we did see Fyme also take an exit towards the Paradise Resort area, but on the minimap you can see they overshoot it. They are looking for a safer landing spot for themselves. NortheSports, they are the first one to exit the plane and are still going to sit to the northeastern side of this island. And on the other side, 247 Gaming and ROG, same exit points. The teams are looking to head towards the Nakham sort of a situation, and that is just going to mean whoever finds a gun first is definitely going to go and shoot the other person.
Exactly. The circle has Paradise in its central position right now, so we'll have to see how that actually changes everything for the players. And Bablu is out there in Painan area. Ruins is kind of abundant right now. 247 and ROG, they have separated their locations for now, and Bablu Ghost is going for some shots on someone. I don't see anyone there. I mean, that might have been the misfires or something if that would have happened. Nakham is separating 247 247 and ROG right now. ROG is in Sami and 247 is out there on the ruins area now. I thought that they were going on Tambang, but they have a good area. Aqua is on the underside of Camp Alpha right now, and then so is F2D and 2X on the right hand side alongside TeamvfxOXY as well. Fyme is on the western side for the Paradise Resort, and Bootcamp actually holds two teams if anything, and the cave is being looted by HFD, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, the cave is going to be an interesting situation as well, just because look at where HR is. They are outside of this area, and we did see one of the great escapes happen in this situation as well. So that was hilarious, and the guy chose to hide in the cave just because it is a big area. His team was behind him, and he knew the enemies would not find an easy engagement on. Talking about easy things, Major is going to get an easy knock on Team Wolf, but he needs to be careful now because the other players from this team of TeamvfxOXY are coming on in. But 2x Major, he's going to charge and get the finish instantly. Blast is there as well, but Basit, can he get the finish? Can he get the revenge for his teammate? He is just going to get out of there as the backup for the player from 2x is just going to come in, and Basit is going to be sitting there with a number disadvantage now. 2 versus 1 situation. Sajid and Major, they are going to be together now.
Yeah, they will be together as of now, and they will be just sitting out there, or if not anything, and we'll have to see what happens out in this one. As you can see, the minimap, the circle is out there. There are players, there are teams inside the circle, and the teams that are not inside the circle, they'll have to make their way. They'll have to just charge in or barge in any way or form that they can, through waters or through lands. That's going to be like one of the things out there. And on this area, you can see the players. This if they are left alone, they've lost one of the players. So the better strategy is to be passive out in this one, not to show themselves. So they are just lying down in this area right now. Level 1 helmet, level 2 vest for themselves. Obviously, the level 1 helmet, it's prone to headshots, and it's gonna have a lot of catastrophic damage on themselves as well. So for now, I mean, this seems like a good thing for themselves.
Yeah, this does seem like a good thing, but can they make this work in their favor? Because we have seen good situations turn out horrible for some teams, but on the other side, 2x now, they are split up. One of their players is quite close to the squad of Aqua inside the Camp Alpha. That is going to be a really bad situation for whoever that is. But on the other side, I think it is Alyan in there. So Fadi is quite close to him, and they can go for the easy finish on that one solo guy. And the other two remaining players, other two players from the side of 2x, even they are being sandwiched between two squads, the players from TeamvfxOXY and F2D. On the other side, a lot of squads out on outside of the circle right now, and the squads that are in there, they are spread apart. TeamvfxOXY split up as well. As look at this, Reaper is about to come in contact with these players from the side of Nexus outside of Bootcamp.
We'll see if the fights happen in between these teams and the players. But out there in the open, El Razor gets spotted at. HFD butts out, just shooting him out and just finishing him like that in an instance. So that actually brings up a kill for the squad. But look at this, it all can change as Abud is just sitting out there, and Omar is so close to him. And one more play can go down. Yes, he can. Phobia goes down out there. Omar has been taken down by Abud in a counter fire, and he would like to finish him because that is one thing that will be needed out here. But I don't think so, as cover fire is coming in from the other direction. Abud is just standing out there, and he needs to be, I mean, the player needs a revive as soon as he can get it. Murtaza takes him down. Abud has been taken down. The revive will be coming in. Look at that, all the players just charging in, just moving in forward, and Murtaza also goes down. I don't think so, he might not get a revive right now, but he has been touched on just 1 HP. That is a game-changing moment for themselves. And now Ghost is moving in forward. One grenade is coming in. Will the grenade just pop out? Phobia is also moving in. Abud is out. The grenade actually just goes on the other direction, does no damage right now, and the players are still gonna be safe. But look at that, Murtaza is down, Umair is down, one player, Batsab surviving for the team. What's gonna happen as two players charge on him? He takes down one. Batsab, can he clutch it out on the 1v2? I don't think so. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Incredible gameplay by Batsab, coming in and has 4 of the kills. All 4 kills for this guy. They lose 1, but they win 4.
Yeah, a quad kill coming in, goes on domination instantly. All his teammates were taken down, and this man did not give up. Was sandwiched. That was just incredible. And now everyone is gonna get a revive. And if the players from LOU Esports had any healing utility, it is gonna be HFDs for now.
This is how you start Sanhok. This is actually how you start Sanhok. HFD just proved that right now.
Yeah. That was an amazing performance, but as I was saying, LOU Esports are not an easy team to deal with. But now we see 247 Gaming. Did they just pick up the Groza for themselves? Yes.
Yeah, they did, because Groza, no one's going to leave that. The gun with the 7.62 bullets and obviously one of the highest, fastest fire rate out there with the damage combined, obviously. It's going to be a really, really good trade for them. So if they just want to go for it. And they were really fairly close to the boot camp area right now. But now as they have the guns, they are going to be just moving in, charging into the other directions to some other areas, if anything. And let's see, they just found out a bike for themselves as well. So they are going to be using vehicles, which people really use in the map like this, because you know the rotations are so small. You don't need vehicles, but now if they want to reach to some other area like as fast as they want to, as fast as they can, so they will be using it. And let's see where they go with this.
Yeah, we have to see where and how they are gonna go, and how they are gonna get in towards the final stages of this map. But for now, I think the team on our screen has to be the happiest of them all, just because Portal Esports is not paying, and Arkadians can have their peaceful time in Paradise Resort, and the circle is favoring Paradise Resort as well. So Arkadians are going to be pretty happy about that. But on the other side, Bablu, did he spot out the players from that squad right in front of him? And this time, they are sticking together, this entire team. They are not going for the split. And that has to be a good decision, because even the last game, even for a split, that was weird. While splitting, you do not have your team position polar opposite from each other.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty weird out for that one. I mean, now they are together, so obviously they can just change everything if the fights just come in their favors or something. But in Gaming Hub they have NES in not in their proper proximity, but still in their kind of proximity. So we'll have to see what happens out in that one. Or anything if the fights just start, but NES is still out there, and NES is just sitting out there. Paradise Resort area is fairly close to them, and but for now, I mean Arkadians. So Arkadians likes to go to really good areas. They are in Paradise. They landed in Paradise in this one. The previous one they were in Pochinki, so they like to land up in the really good area. So they have that fighting spirit in them, but then the fight just does not come to them as of now. NES, they are still trying to spot the players from Gaming Hub side. They are see, every player right now just wants to go for a really good start, and one team just went for it. As HFD's players, they had those 1v4s and all those scenarios, but other teams are still waiting for it. 247 Energy, we can see him out in the closer distance as of Gaming Hub's Knight is still out here. GHNYD, you can see level 2 helmet, level 2 S3 first aids and all those things out there. Bablu Danny as well, just moving in forward from one area to the other. All the players are intact, all the players are together. We'll have to see if they can just turn the pages out in this one.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see. But now, as the blue zone is going to come in, all the teams have made their way in towards the play zone. And the circle is going to touch the play zone at any given moment. We will have the next location of the circle, and we will have to see how the teams are going to rotate and which teams are going to be in trouble. Because the teams far away from the circle, they are going to have a longer rotation, which is going to be more risk taken just to get to a safer area. But now, for now, I think boot camp has been abandoned this entire time in Nexus, VFX, and Bablu. So again, the circle is sort of centered around the Paradise Resort. It's going to be Khao, Tatmong, Paradise Resort, Bhan, Camp Bravo, Mongai, all the locations in the circle. No one is on Mongai. So another interesting thing. Ocean, I think you're gonna love this airdrop. AWM 4x.
Yeah, it's better than having AWM 8x
better than having AWM with something for an assault rifle.
That's totally true. That's totally true. Out there, I mean, imagine you get an AWM and get an extended quick draw of AR. I mean, imagine, just think about it. That's just gonna be like really.
Yeah.
It will like, but what will I put this to use for? But then on the other side, you can see fights are happening. Bablu, Pikachu goes down as out here Nexus is taking a fight, and Pikachu will be finished. He is low on his HP right now. But one more player, Nexus Hung, has been taken down as well. Now the revive is coming in. We'll have to see NES Sensei takes up a fight against Fyme Khan, and Fyme Khan also goes down. Fyme Khan has been finished. That does not look good for Fyme as well. But right now, coming back to this, you can see Bablu Dani is trying to spot the players out in his area. Nexus Zulka was trying to spot the players. So Nexus versus Bablu. Will they take a fight or will they run away? I don't think so. They can run away because the running away will not be given. Look at that. Hunk is going for a right pick and is actually taking out trying to take out the players out on that area. With that, gives time for Zulka to just move back and to move into the other direction, and they are still taking up a fight. Bablu, are they gonna run away? Because I think so, because the players are going in backwards area right now. They might not be interested in picking up a fight right now for some reason.
Yeah, they just might not be in it. I think they have to find a safer rotation because, as you just pointed out, from that fight, running away would be tricky. And imagine if you get third party in that situation, you have already committed so much resources to one fight. You might not have enough for the other fight or to sustain the damage for the first one. Because look at this, Pikachu, his armor is completely destroyed. He can't actually take any extra damage. And they need to find a safer location from where they can actually take on multiple fights. Because we have noticed this about Bablu as well. They are the team that are going to engage in fight after fight after fight. And sometimes they just take on 4 teams at the same time. But right now, Fyme is looking to spot out one of the players from the side of NortheSports. No, I think he did see him go into that sniper watchtower. And now he's just waiting it out. Going for the lean peak. Both these players and Amer from the other location is looking to spot the players from the side of Fyme. 7G is inside the lineup today, just like yesterday, and yesterday's performance of Fyme was pretty incredible. Khan has already been taken out. This is going to be a 3 vs 4 situation for the side of Fyme, so sitting at a man disadvantage. But Snow, another interesting thing for this guy, no first aid, has 1 medkit, 5 bandages, 3 energy drinks, and 1 painkiller. So after he is done with that medkit, he is going to be in a little bit of trouble because bandages take a lot of time.
Yeah, he'll be in a trouble with 2 things, because his helmet or vest might also go out if his health is low, because people will be fighting, shooting at him. That can just change everything on his side as well. Fyme has lost 1 player, but still no hope is lost. I mean, the player was taken out in the first engagement, but no hope is lost for them, because they'll still be looking up for a good fight or anything. They'll still be up for it, and we'll have to see if that just comes in their favor or not. 38 minutes, 30 seconds into the game, ladies and gentlemen, for now. And the second circle is closing in slowly and steadily. What's going to happen? Look at this. No one's in Mongnai, no one's in Khao. Those areas are still totally, completely empty out there. And Bablu is on the underside along with HFD, and HR is still trying to make it up for that location. Nexus and FTD are in one location. 2X and Aqua in one location alongside Arkadians and Fyme in the center of the circle right now. Fyme, NES. This fight is happening right at the edge of the center of the circle, but the circle shift, yeah. Now it's going to be something. The southern teams will have to rotate in, and the northern area where there was no one, if someone comes from that area, they will be completely safe.
Yeah, they will definitely be completely safe, but this is, I think, what is really interesting. The cluster on the southern side, because that is just going to mean a lot of fights happening in the instant as soon as the team starts pouring in towards the direction of the circle. And the teams on the edge, they can gatekeep really well the teams coming in from outside, but then they are going to be sandwiched because they will have to definitely fight the teams who are going to be shooting them from inside, further inside the circle. And Fyme Fatty, he was just standing there a couple of minutes ago, flaunting the sword.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, it's all in like the skins of the swords and all those things. So, I'm in love with skins. So there's that thing. And look at this. Look at this shot. Look at this incredible shot with a buggy. Fire. The fire is coming out of buggy, and the players are inside the house right now. But then they are inside the circle as well, so they don't need to move into on these areas. As 20 more seconds for the circle to close in to go in, and HFT, the squad that has had 4 kills for themselves, and Batsa was the guy who just did that one before. But now Bablu is right in front of them. Can HFT clutch this one? Is going to be one of the biggest questions out there. And 247 still surviving. 247, the team that has had their first chicken in the previous game. We'll have to see. 2x Major White just goes out, and Virus also goes out in just one spray. But then Sarge takes down 1 player from Aqua. We'll have to see if Aqua just comes out of this one or not. 247 is also taking a fight, and Aqua Fatty, he'll have to go and give revive, as Hamza from the other side is gonna finish what he just started out there, and he's gonna finish the the players of 2x.
Yeah, okay, another interesting thing. HR, they were all the way towards the Lakawi area and are now finally moving towards the circle. Aqua Hamza, can he pull this one for his team? Because it was a 3-man roster that they were playing with. Fandi was taken down. He has been revived and 2x is coming in quite strong. Sajid and Alian on the other side. Major, he has been knocked down as well. And that is the only thing that's stopping 2x from actually charging in. Hamza, he has his crosshair pointed towards Sajid, waiting for the man to peek. And the crosshair was right on top of Sajid. But now, finally, the shots have been fired. No damage being given away on the other side. Fadi, he has the scopes. Once again, the pre-positioning. Just being careful. Waiting for the player from the side of 2x.
One peak.
Slow on the reaction. Like, he's slow on the reactions.
That changes everything for them right now. But a grenade coming in from Hamza. Will this grenade do the damage? If it does, that's going to be an incredible one. But I don't think so. It did any amount of damage. Now peeking, Hamza can peek from the right as of now. One grenade on the other side. If that just goes in, that's going to change everything as a grenade. Another grenade is coming in. This grenade goes, overshoots right now. The Molotov comes in, overshoots them as well. So they know the location, but then their throwables are not in the actual direction. On the other side, next is Zulka. Just take down FTD's 47. Ta goes down as Bablu Pikachu is taking up a fight as well. And the circle is going to leave Tatmok right now. And that means team number 5, that is Aqua, will be in a bit of trouble as they will be left outside the circle. They have to come in. And if they don't come in time, that's going to just change everything. Bablu Rani, on the other hand, takes down 2 players out there. His brother player needs a revive. And that will be given in no time right now.
Yeah, they need to finish off an entire squad before the revive is going to come. And Dani is going to confirm the kill. And X is going to be eliminated as they were sandwiched between F2D eSports and Bablu. But now F2D and Bablu, the collision can happen at every given moment. Bablu, once again, they are so lucky. They are in the circle right now. And 2xOFficial Sajid is going to drop down one of the players. Fatty has been taken down. Hamza going for the shots, but misses everything. He's going to be taken down by Alian, who the man did not take a single unit of damage. Fandi is in the blue zone. So this fight was being fought with 2x in advantage. They were in the circle and Aqua, they were outside of it. So the objective for 2x was just to delay it long enough for the blue zone to come in and forcing Aqua to get out of the cover. They did that perfectly. Fandi has been forced to run, and if he is spotted out by anyone, so he comes back, goes in for the revives on Fadi. A revive is going to come in, but Fandi needs to be careful because if he dies, that's going to be his team being eliminated. But Ghost on the other side is going to spot the player from the side of HFD, and Murtaza was taken down in an instant. Bablu, 4 people still standing strong all together. Damage was done to these guys, but the boost are running in, so they are going to come in at 100% just in a little bit. Have the high ground for themselves as well inside the circle, so I think they have a pretty good position for now. In the next circle is when they will be forced to move in towards the 5th circle, but for now I think they can actually gatekeep a lot of teams like HFD on the low ground right now. HR is closing in this direction as well, so they can force HR out of position and force them to exit the game early on. On the other side, in the distance you can see 247 Gaming right on the eastern edge of the map. They can actually gatekeep R3D, the team that is on the outside of the island.
Look at that. Tyrant just goes down as he was proning in the wrong direction right now. HR Snake on the other side. Just like you said, that they will be gatekeeped and all, and Tyrant just has exited from the server right now. Bablu with 3 players. They know the location, but at the cost of Tyrant. That can be really, really lethal for them. Bablu Ghost will he be or will he not be just moving in forward? That's one question, because they are inside the circle right now, and Gaming House players are going to be taking a fight against TeamvfxOXY. As Reaper just goes down. Reaper has been finished by Adil. So that actually looks really, really good. And 247 on your screens once again, ladies and gentlemen. 247, the winners of the previous game. They are still trying to spot some players, and I think they did spot the players out there, and now they are going to be taking all the shots on the players that they spotted. And R3D's players, they need a revive, but I don't think so 247 is going to go for that. They are not going to be giving let them give a revive right now, as they are still going for it. The circle is not on their favor, but will the kills be? It's going to be a big question. Bablu Dani is still trying to spot the players and take some players out, but for now he'll have to have to put up the heals, and Colossi might not get a revive, but then Moth is still standing out there at the outer edge of the circle. Look at that. Moth is inside the circle. The other players have to get in the circle. Will they be giving up the kills, or will 3 players outside the circle charge in on 1 player inside the circle? The player zone actually kicks in and takes down one of the players. Walker is low on HP. He puts up a first aid. The 5th circle. The 5th circle's damage. We know it's a lot. Groza in one person's hand. Will the Groza change everything? Team Aqua gets eliminated on the 14th position. That can just change everything for Team Aqua because they've had 2 bad games right now. But 247 Moth still sitting out there. Has level 3 armor. Level 3 backpack. Does not matter about the backpack, but has a Groza in his hands. Those 40 bullets. Look at that. Moving in forward. Takes down 1. Moth is down to 20 HP. But while this one does, that means other players can just change everything. He is still out there and he would like to finish him. I think yes, he has finished him. And now the circle is out. And this is looking really bad because the circle damage combined with this kind of damage is gonna just take the Groza man down. And Walker, they have a chance. Has 3 first aids. Would like to pop one, just move in, but not right now. That might be his strategy. Arkadians Swazen is also moving in with one of their players that still needs a revive right now.
Yeah, Ash was taken down a couple of seconds ago and he is going to be in trouble. But on the other side, VFX, their players are going down to the blue zone. The kills not being confirmed. The other teams are not going to be happy about it. But Faison has spotted out some of the players from the side of NortheSports. Snow still hiding in that sniper watchtower. And look at this. Gaming Hub up against F2D. Umair is still standing. One of his teammates has been knocked down. Danny in the distance. You saw him take a lot of damage. He's going to be knocked out. And Bablu goes on a domination as he wipes out the players from the side of HFD. And HR is going to take an exit. But Danny needs a revive. Ghost needs a revive. Pikachu is the only man left standing. And he needs to pull this one for his team. F2D is going to take an exit on the 10th position. The smokes are being popped by Pikachu. But he is in the blue zone right now. And he's taking a lot of damage. So Bablu, they are in a lot of trouble right now. Pikachu just a few meters. But GH, they have him cornered. As soon as he gets out, he's going to be in trouble. Adil already has his crosshair on the entrance of that hut that Pikachu is in. And as I was saying, Bablu, they have lost Danny from this game. Ghost is bleeding out slowly, and I don't think the revive is going to come in as Pikachu goes for the fight. Adil takes some damage. But once again, Pikachu is going to be cornered, and all the players from the side of Gaming Hub are focusing on him. He gets out, hides behind the smoke, but can he survive? Yes, he does. Does not have any heals on him, just 20 bandages. And if a spray connects, and yes, it does. Bablu, once again, for the second time, an early exit on the 8th position.
This is going to be looking really bad for the team right now. If anything, I mean, no one would have wanted that, but that is one thing that is happening out in this one. So 7 teams remaining, 18 players alive right now, ladies and gentlemen. Which team is going to be, at the top is going to be one of the big questions. Will it be Gaming Hub's game or will it be NES's game? Playzone takes down 2x. Sargent out there, 17 players surviving with that one. We'll have to see. Rogue Nation is still surviving in this one. Look at that, NES Sensei. That's how they just roll and takes down Arkadians as well. 6 teams surviving out in this one, and 6 teams with all the players. One house is where NortheSports is. Gaming Hub's merge has made it safely to the house right now, but that can just lend more trouble for them, as now the players of NortheSports know that there is one team out in that one. 5 teams remaining with this one. Let's see which team actually gets a chicken.
Yeah, let's see which team is going to get the chicken dinner this time, as 247 have also been eliminated. The team that did really amazing last time is going to be Gaming Hub, who have been performing amazingly in this game. Have 6 confirmed kill. NortheSports, 5 confirmed kill. 1 man just got knocked down. 3 still standing strong. Rogue Nation, Fyme is still standing strong. They are putting up an amazing fight in this one. And the 2 teams that I was talking about, one with 6, one with 5 kills, they are right next to each other. Gaming Hub going up against NortheSports. One of them is going to come out on top, and that team, I think, can probably take the chicken dinner for themselves. Snow was knocked down. The revive coming in. R3D is going to be taken down. They are going to be eliminated, but that was a mistake as the information was given away. Adil is going to be taken down by NortheSports Maxi, and that's just going to turn the situation around for these 2 teams. Still, the kill was confirmed, and one player being knocked down is going to be revived, and the return favor comes in from the side of Knight as he knocks down Snow. The finish did not come in. The reload came in instead. He could have finished off Snow. In the meanwhile, as soon as Knight went in to confirm the kill, he got knocked down, and Fyme is going to be in trouble as they are losing players. Just 2 players left standing. And Sensi from the side of NortheSports goes charging in. GH, they are still standing strong with 3 players. The charge comes in. 1 player being taken down. Sensi is going to be taken down instead. And now, who's going to take down or come out on top? Skimdy is going to be taken down. Emerge is going to be finished off, and Gaming Up also takes an exit. down to the top 3.
HP is how they just took them down. Fyme out here. They have one player on low HP, no doubt he is going to be popping up a first hit. 36 more seconds, 8 circle, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be something. 7 players alive, 3 teams remaining. Which team is going to come out on top as NortheSports have 1 player, Fyme has 2, Rogue Nation has 2, and 1 is still trying to get up a revive. Will it be a comeback game for Fyme? Because Fyme actually needs it, but NortheSports has 9 kills in their bank. Rogue Nation has 3, and the revive has not yet been given. And this is a circle with rocks for the covers, with trees for the covers. But will the covers come in? As the circle is right next to Rogue Nation for now. Fyme has to get inside the zone, and so is NortheSports as well. ROG still surviving inside the circle. What's gonna happen? Maxi and Emma want to move in forward. Sneak and Modu are just gonna be snaking around for now. So we'll have to see what actually just changes each and everything for each and every. It's a lot of tension between the players right now because they need to go for it. Emma, there's a throwable right next to him. Emma, the Molotov actually just jumps in on the other direction. The circle is coming in. Maxi goes down all alone. Emma is still out here. Will he take him down? Or Nightmare just is on 1 HP with the final bullet. Modu actually takes him down. Sneak has taken down Nightmare. JD goes down. Emma is moving in. This is looking really bad as there's just 1 player surviving. Emma on the other side. He does not spot them, and that's going to be the end of ROG. It's a 2v1 situation, ladies and gentlemen. Can NortheSports clutch it as Emma is on one side and 2 other players from Fyme on the other? And I think, yes, Fyme has a comeback in this one. And with those 5 kills and 25 points, I think Fyme is going to be having a chicken dinner in their hands.
Yeah, Fyme is definitely going to be happy about that one because this performance, as we were talking about, they need to solidify their standings today as they are not going to be playing tomorrow. And this was incredible.
But
yeah,
in the overall standings for this match, it's not going to be Fyme that will be at the top.
Yeah.
The reason is Fyme has 5 kills, 25 points. The team that came second, NortheSports, they have 11 kills.
Yeah.
25 points for them.
And kills are going to get the priority.
Exactly. So that was a good game. See, if keeping the kills aside, Fyme actually survived this one till the end.
Yeah.
So that's a really good thing from Team Fyme, that they, prioritize everything on the right moment. They prioritize the rotations. They prioritize the movements at the right particular time when they actually needed it. And that was incredible. Let's just have a look at the MVP for this particular game, as it's going to be from the Fyme side. And it might be Fyme Motu. Yes, he is. 3 kills for this guy. 352 damage, 26 minutes of survival time, and 3 kilometers of distance covered by him.
So a lot of good numbers coming in from their side. But I'm pretty sure if we have the kill leaders on our screens, it is going to be someone from the side of NortheSports leading the charge over there.
Either 1 or 2 players, maybe.
Yeah, 1 or 2 players. Yeah, because NortheSports. Okay, so I want to talk about this. Their fight with Gaming Hub. Gaming Hub and NortheSports, both the teams had 4 players in it. And either one of those teams could have actually gotten the chicken dinner for themselves. But let's have a look at the top 5 players and see if 2 players are going to make it from the side of NortheSports. And yes, they do. But after HFD's Bhatsab, who has 6 kills, 586 damage on him. Second is going to be NortheSports Sensi, 6 kills as well, 581 damage. Bhatsab has 86. So Sensi has 81 damage. NortheSports Amer, 5 kills, 511 damage. Bablu Ghost is in there as well with 3 kills and 459 damage. Fyme Motu is going to be on the 5th with 3 kills and 352 damage.
Yeah, as of now, see, this overall, the cover out here just looks really good. But what's inside the book is that, the players of Fyme, they got a chicken dinner in this one.
Yeah.
And that was a comeback game for them. The previous game, they got eliminated on 15th or something, so they had to go for it. So let's just have a look at the match to standing and let's see which teams are going to be out where. Because if you see, yeah, exactly, 11 kills is something that just wonders for us as well. And this is still out here, 25 total points for NortheSports. Fyme is out there on the 2nd, Gaming Hub on the 3rd, Rogue Nation on the 4th, R3D on the 5th, Team HFD on the 6th, Team Bablu. This time they are in top 8 right now, but then they need to, step up their game once more, because that's what their fans want. That's what we want, because, it just comes out in an incredible way.
I've said this before. I'm going to say this again. For Team Bablu, any sort of a game with like less than 10 kills. It is not, it feels weird seeing them out of the top 4 situation, because the kind of play style they have, you are so used to seeing these team fight it out. This time they actually went for a lot of fights. So take an early exit, I think it has to be okay. But still 2 more games remaining. If they get back-to-back chicken dinners, they can actually establish a really good standing for themselves. But let's move on and have a look at the next set of teams and see how the teams in the bottom 8 are doing. Arkadians on the 9th, 247 on the 10th, FTFxEsports on the 11th, Team Aqua on the 12th, Nexus team on the 13th. Another big, 2 more big upsets in here. Hellraisers on the 14th and LOU Esports on the 15th, and VFXOXY on the 16th. The three big names in the bottom 3.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that is gonna be a thing out in this one. These were the top 16s out for this one.
Yeah,
obviously. But then for the upcoming overall standings, there might be some plus, there might be some minus. Fyme might get a really good boost with that one, but obviously 25 points. We'll have to see how it takes them, and obviously NortheSports might get a really big boost. So let's just have a look at the overall standing and let's see where it is going to be keeping all the teams out there. Fyme, yeah. This thing, they are directly at the first position because Envy is not playing today, so Envy might be losing on those points, but then they'll have to cope up tomorrow. And NortheSports is also out there with 67 points for themselves. VFXOXY on the 4th, Arkadians on the 5th, Portal Esports on the 6th, HFT on the 7th, and Freestyle is out there on the 8th.
Yeah, and moving on to the next set of standings, let's have a look at the other teams and see how the second set of 8 is going to look like. H2E on the 9th, 247 on the 10th, TeamvfxOXY on the 11th, 2X on the 12th, RNG on the 13th, FTFxEsports on the 14th, Team Aqua on the 15th, and Gaming Hub on the 16th, climbing up slowly and steadily. But moving on to the last set of 8 teams, LOU Esports on the 17th, Team Bublu, they climb up to the 18th position, FTFxEsports on the 19th, Rogue Nation on the 20th, R3D Esports on the 21st, Diffuse on the 22nd, and Team HR Hellraisers on the 23rd, Nexus on the 24th. So, the way the fight between Bablu and HR happened, that was also like quite predictable. You saw one of the guys from Bablu go in for a wraparound play. Tyrant was trying to gatekeep and make the play for information, but it was Snaker, the man who was separated from his team, who actually took down Tyrant, and in return he got punished as well. And then from that situation forward, HR was just playing with a man disadvantage. Same went for Bablu.
Yeah, I mean, Bablu was trying to go for the fights, and they were taking up good, not the fights, they were giving up good cover fires in all those situations. But just like you said in the early days, the silly mistakes that are actually coming into the equation, that should not be happening or something. But for now, I mean, if it is happening, there's still 2 games, and they will cope up with that. And I mean, we still don't know what are the problems that are coming in for them, but
I think okay, that has to be a theory of it is just gonna be a theory. Okay, so Bablu is trying to experiment with some things, and they just plan to stay in the top 16, and in the finals we'll see some incredible things coming from this team.
Probably this can be one of the things, but then let's have a look at the kill leaders for now, because there are going to be some names out there. You see Fyme was out there in the overall kill leaders, has 16 kills for himself. Envy Deadshot, Envy is not playing today, so Deadshot is out there with 13 kills. NES Sensei from NortheSports out there with 12 kills. Envy Psych with 12, and FS Baba with 11 out in this one in the top 5 for now. But then moving on, because there'll be other names as well from 6 to 10. As you can see, RNG's Hamza is out there with 10 kills for himself. HFD Batsap, that guy has had a really good one before in this one. He's out there with the 9 kills. PES Khan with 9, TUF Venom with 9, and VFXOXY with the 8 kills in his bank.
Yeah, so I follow Psych on Instagram, and he posted a story yesterday saying that he will definitely go in and contest for that top spot from Fyme. And I think not playing today, he's going to be watching the games and seeing how the games are going tomorrow. We are definitely going to see some incredible things from that player.
Probably. This might come in from him tomorrow, because if I know correctly, tomorrow it will be B versus C.
Yep.
So Envy will be out there, and they'll be taking up against Bablu, and also we'll see what happens tomorrow.
We'll see what happens tomorrow, but the next game for today, it's going to be played on Miramar, which is going to happen after we come back from a short break. So you guys just stay tuned and keep watching. We'll be right back. Hello everyone and welcome back to PMCO 2020 Spring Split Pakistan Region Semi-Finals. My name is Varun Super Johnny John, being joined on the desk by Ocean Sharma, and we are just about to head into game number 3 for day number 2.
Yep, and that is going to be Miramar, ladies and gentlemen. As we talked about it earlier, the rich fights, all those things that are going to be happening out there, and it might be just the game for the known name to just step up. Because if we remember, when Bablu actually started, the first day, that was the only map in which they did not have a chicken dinner, and it might be from this game they might have a good start for themselves or something, because we know the domination, we know the gameplay. And talking about the gameplays, previous game, Fyme, they had a really good gameplay. They had a comeback in the previous game. And can they maintain that comeback? That also can be one of the questions if you want to ask it.
Yeah, that is some of the questions that can be answered on this map of Miramar. Is Bablu going to make a comeback, or are we going to see the teams that were underdogs during the group stages perform really, really well and keep up with the standings?
I have one question.
Yeah.
Do I look good with glasses on or glasses off?
Neither, yeah.
I hate you. And I hate you and you too. You know who you are. Right. Well, coming back to the fights and all those things. So Miramar has the dynamic drop. Like in all of the maps, you have just one drop location where you can just drop in. But Miramar being a big map, it has a dynamic drop and all those things. And the thing about dynamic drop is, you can either see, suppose if the plane path is going from southern side, you can go to Los Angeles. If it's going from northern side, you can go to Campo Mineral or something. You need to have more than one drop locations. So drop locations might change, and that is one thing that we'll be watching and looking through as we are going to be diving to the game of Miramar, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the plane path. It is actually a proper centralized plane path.
Yeah, it is a proper diagonal, just splitting the map in half, in two triangles, basically.
LOU is actually dropping. They are the first team. They just
Ruins. Please go to Ruins.
Please go to Ruins. Please.
Like they are not heading there. I think they are going towards the trailer park area.
There's nothing in trailer park. There's just a name, and there's no building out there in trailer park as well.
Ruins at least has one.
Ruins has one, exactly. But this path has each and every big name. It has San Martin, Hacienda, Picado, Los Nunes, La Bandita, Monte Nuevo, El Pozo. All the big names are going to be out there for drops. And I think LOU is going to go to the end area of El Pozo or something. They're going to be taking a vehicle or something. I know I might go to Campo Milita or something, because they are going for a drop location around a road or something. That is one thing. R3D is going to be going with the... Alright, so Phobia is on one direction, and all the other players of LOU are going to be dropping to El Pozo. So we can see El Pozo fight in the early stages. Picado is being... So once again, Arkadians are going to the big name. They are dropping in Picado. That's one thing that I like about Arkadians. They go and drop to the best of the locations.
Yeah, they do drop on the best locations, and we have to see, because Bablu usually go towards the Valle del Mar sort of a situation for themselves. But this time, that is one of the locations that's quite far away from the trajectory, so the rotation is going to be on a vehicle for them. But are they going to find one? They are dropping towards the Los Leones area. Aqua is going to be there as well. ROG is there, F2D is there, and Fyme once again heading towards the Impala area for themselves. But as we were talking about LOU eSports, look at the cluster that's there on towards El Pozo area. If LOU get caught out of position, they are just going to be taken out in an instant, and they are still on the outskirts of El Pozo. They will be looking to find those small compounds that are there, those one or two buildings in the middle of nowhere, and see if they can find anything worth of use. On the other side, if they find a vehicle, they can drive around to a safer location and get some loot for themselves.
Exactly, that will be one of the things. If anything, look at this Aqua fight. He's just trying to take some loot for himself as well. The elbows area where LOU and R3D is. Colossian Enemies on one side, and a Snaker, Razor, all those looting up on those areas. Flama as well. They'll be looting on those areas. Ghosts as well. So HR, LOU, and R3D, three names are out there that are just shining out on the El Pozo area. But which of them is gonna come up and take the fights? And where will be the first blood happening? We'll have to see, because for now we have all 63 players still surviving out. for the fights and all those things. Snaker has 1-4 building for himself, and so does the other players. Like, they still have buildings for themselves, but all it comes to the matter that the zone is pretty centralized with Hacienda and San Martin towards its central location. So the teams on the other sides, the southern sides and all Los Leones teams, they'll have to rotate in as soon as they can. As you can see, Bablu Tyrant has to rotate in 500 meters plus meters inside the circle.
Yeah, still towards the Los Leones area. They are going to have an easy rotation just because they are on the northern side of Los Leones, and the circle is sort of a north-central circle as well, centered around Hacienda del Patron, sort of an area. And the teams over there are going to have a pretty big advantage because, as you can see, Nexus, 247, even HFD, they are quite close to the center. So wherever the next circle forms, they will have a faster rotation in there. On the other side, Aqua did land all towards Los Leones, but they have moved out of there towards La Benedita. And Fyme could be the team that they catch out of rotation when they're gatekeeping. And another interesting thing, ROG, they are moving towards Los Higos and the Prison Island. So they are going to be at risk because that is going to be a long rotation for them. But the good thing is going to be that no one is there. No one is in that entire southern area. So all the loot on that entire island is definitely going to be theirs. But Gaming Hub, they are quite close to one of the squads as well. And that can be sort of a tricky situation to deal with. So Miramar, being a big map, you need to make sure that you get those DMRs, those scopes for yourself as fast as you can. And the way you do that is if you can cover a big area, that's going to increase your chances of finding all the good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It just comes out on that thing that how you're going to be covering your area, footsteps, your loot, your guns, and everything that will be yours out in all those areas. And obviously, how far you go, it also comes up to the fact that no other person is out in that area, no other opponent is out in that area. And that's just going to keep it much more safe for you to just engage in out and have a much more area for you to play in, for you to rush in and rotate in. And this is one thing. All right, NES versus Bablu, if it happens, it can be in the earlier stages. And I don't think so Bablu would be wanting that. They are moving away from Lost in this area, obviously making up one of the good choices out in this one. NES Emma was moving in forward, but now he is going to go for a left turn inside a house. Just going to sit out here, just going to relax a bit. Going to be taking some loot. If he finds it, does not find it, is going to be moving to the other house. So far, no team has engaged. This is one of the things of Miramar that we always know. 5 minutes and 30 seconds, and now is the first knock coming in as Bablu goes down. Bablu Tyrant goes for the cover fire, takes down FTD's Uma. So Bablu might be in a bad situation for now, but now they are going in for a revive. So they actually engage in and take one play down. So the first kill comes in from the Bablu side.
The first kill is going to be confirmed, and once again, it was the same thing. So this is the usual Bablu play. Danny goes in first, and then the team charges in. This time again, Danny went in first. He was taken down, but that did not matter since his teammate Tyrant was there. The only thing they lost was a level 1 helmet and some heals on Danny.
Oh, they'll
find them again, and I think they will find a better helmet in the meanwhile.
Hopefully they do that, because that is going to be a good one. But Bablu, they'll be looking good. They are in the zone of fight right now. If I think, and once the fights happen, let's just hope that the fights just keep on happening for the good, because this team is one thing that we have seen that has the spirit of fights. And they just go for it overall and overall. We have seen 20 kills gameplay by Bablu. We have seen 18 kills, 17 kills gameplay. And this might be a start from them. Coming back to the other squads, if you see Gaming Hub's NYT is out there in this area. He has his players and Adil has a vehicle. If that is a van or a US or something, or a car out there, you don't find USs in this. Or Dacia maybe, a Mirado maybe. Then obviously, all the 4 players will have a good area of rotating in. And Nexus on your screens is on the side of San Martin, Hacienda. So they are looking really good. And Bablu, once again, they are still inside. They are now inside the ammo. That is a bad drop from the top of the building.
Yeah, that has to be a troublesome situation for the man. But now, we do see the squad of Bablu get out of the Los Leones situation, and they are going to look to rotate in towards the main island. But look at this. Remember when I told you about RNG being on the prison island? Now they are in the prison island in the blue zone as well. So they need to get out of there as fast as they can, or otherwise, as I said earlier, they are going to be in a lot of trouble. But now, the blue zone, talking about the blue zone, it is coming in. So F2D, they have rotated out of Los Leones as well, but now they are heading towards Fyme. And Fyme and F2D, they will come in contact as both the teams will leave their cities and head in towards the circle. But the blue zone is going to definitely create a lot of pressure. But as Bablu are rotating, they are once again going to make contact with one of those squads. And this is going to be an open area fight. So you need to be really, really careful as to how you engage in and make sure that you at least have some cover to fight this one out. And if you do not, you are going to be in a lot of trouble. But on the other side, Arkadians, it looks like Arkadians are engaging in combat with someone because the shots are being fired from them.
Yeah, they might be going in from one area to the other, just something trying to do as fast, and is still trying to... Either he's testing his gun, he's testing his sensitivities.
He's making a lot of noise. That is not advisable.
I mean, okay, old uncle. Airdrop 1 has an M249 8x scope. 8x scope is going to be really, really useful out in this one because obviously you see, and there is a squad right next to this airdrop, team number 20, as you can see the name, and that is 247. Imagine 247 has had a really good first game. Imagine if they find hands with M249, the 8x scope, they'll be using 8x on a bolt action, or if not a DMR something, and M249 obviously gaming is going to be having it for himself, and yes, he does. Has 50 bullets, will be reloading it to make it 100 right now, and Moth Najib are also coming in closer. He has a level 3 helmet and vest as well for himself. Let's see what other players actually get out of this. This is the water treatment area. So far so good, and Please Zone already takes down one player. That is something out in this one.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be something, and it is the team on the prison island. They have gotten out of there, I hope, and they are going to be in trouble. I will keep saying that they are going to be in trouble until the point that they make it into the play zone, because they are so far away. And if ROG actually ends up getting... let's leave ROG for a moment, because Aqua, they are jumping in on the players from TeamvfxOXY. Blade takes down two players charging in on the guy, and he takes both of them down. Now that's just going to leave Aqua with just one man standing, and if he falls, that's going to be the end. But Fanny somehow manages to survive with just 10 HP. But the other players from the side of TeamvfxOXY are going to be there. TNF, he's going to have an easy finish on this one. Fanny, no time to heal, no time to do anything, is trying to peek around the one, and that is going to be it. That is going to be the end of Aqua. Blade knocking down two players. Teen Wolves comes in for the finish.
So Team Aqua, first game 16 position, second game 15 position, third game 16 position.
Consistency.
Okay. That is sort of a bad situation. They need to, what I was going to say, that is a bad situation. They need to come out of that one, and they need to start, taking a good fights and bad fights. That is one thing. And 2X on the other hand, as you can see, is taking fights with Gaming Hub. Aryan is going to be dropped down to low health. Not dropped down completely. And now Gaming Hub has stopped. They are looking good for a fight, and they are taking up the fights. One player has been taken down. Merge has had some damage as well as Sajid is moving from the other direction. Major White is moving in forward. Moth is just going to be behind the covers for himself. Adil is also out there. Sajid is really close to the players right now. Adil has spotted the players, and Knight is going good with the grenades right now. Just trying to deafen the information, or if anything, and Alien will be finished by Merge, just taking and confirming the kill that he had for himself. We'll be seeing what happens as Major White is going to be popping up a grenade of his own, and Adil will be popping up first aids and all. And after that, probably he'll be just taking up the fights in his hand. But look at the amount of grenades. They are creating a fake red zone, if you must say it like that, for their opponents, so that they, just restrict their opponents from moving in on the other directions. And 2X is left out with those three players that you can see, and Gaming Up with those grenades. More and more amount of grenades just charging in. They are looking like an aggressive team right now. Yeah,
they are being really aggressive right now. But 2X, he is going to take down one of the players from the side of GH as the peak came in, and the shots from Moth actually did connect. The nade being cooked. The revive was happening in the corner, so if this nade lands perfectly, it's going to come in with a knock. And as I say that, KMD, he was revived a second ago. The knock was there. Deal takes a lot of damage, sitting at 50 HP. But Moth, that charge in was a bad idea, mate. You are now there with just 10 health, and Major is going to be taken down. That's just going to leave Sajid the only man left standing for his entire team. And if Sajid is going to be taken down, that's going to be the end of TeamvfxOXY. But Sajid, in a 1 versus 3 situation, takes down 2. Just one guy left for the team of GH. It's going to be Emerge. Knight is getting getting a revive. Sajid using the first aid is looking to heal up. He has a lot of heals, and I think as soon as he heals up, he throws in a utility. And yes, he does. The nade was thrown away, but it did land in a good spot as well.
Yeah,
And but the no damage was being given away towards the enemy players. Now 2x, the revive is going to come in for there. So one player from the side of GH has been revived, and he ran back. KMD is moving to a safer position, and Emerge did give the revive to his remaining teammates as well. So now all 4 players are left standing. On the other side, PMCO with just 3 people. The nade being cooked by Emerge. Moth is just now getting a revive, but he is on the other side of the house. The nade was thrown on towards the side, but did not do anything.
As of now, the players from 2x have been revived. They are moving in, but Mod goes down as well as Merge takes down Sajid as well. Now they know one player is surviving out there. Major White is just standing out there, taking the TVP. I don't think so it will be enough. As from behind, that was impressive by Merge as he eliminates 2xOfficial, the second team to get eliminated out in this one. And he is on a domination with those 3 kills.
Yeah, he is on a domination, and now Basit, he is, so VFxOXY, they could be in trouble, so they are in that, they are on the low ground, and this is going to be the situation that they can be cornered in. But the good thing is that the team is moving away from them. The blue zone was coming, so the other team as well is looking for a safer rotation. It was NortheSports, and they are looking to get out of there. But now, once again, the circle has been centered on the San Martin city, and the teams are going to come in. So city fights are pretty interesting. You have lots of covers, and the teams are always going to go for the utilities. So you need the team with the most nades, I think, will have a massive advantage on that one. But right now, Arkadians rushing down this open mountain will be spotted out by the players from the side of Nexus.
Yeah, I mean, that is going to be like one of the things. And Nexus is looking really good for the fights as they are still trying to scope in and see the players 4 times on that info. Obviously, it's going to do the damage. And ROG, so the things are not looking really different for them. And the thing is, ROG is getting shot at from outside the circle. As you can see, they were out there outside the circle. R3D's Anubis has been taken down. Arkadians Ash has been taken down as well as Nexus Star is taking the fight. HR Trina is taking down R3D Joker. R3D is in a lot of trouble right now. The numbers advantage is going to be taken away from them, and HR Trina. HR is doing incredibly amazing, but R3D's players, some are on low health, some needs revives, but then revives are not going to be given out here. And R3D, they will be left with 2 players to survive and strive out there.
Yeah, that is going to put the team in a really passive situation. But look at this, HR, they have a really good compound in their control right now. And they can actually stay there for a while, as it is also going to be in a good position inside the zone. And it is close to the center. But Ryder, he is looking to spot the remaining players from the side of R3. These 3D, the shots were fired towards Colossi, but the damage was just not there, not enough anyway. Colossi has already gone quite low, but still, he is going to be pretty healthy since the distance is quite big. And HR, I think they are going to be happy as well, once again, as I said. So the circle has still been centered around the city between San Martin and Hacienda del Patron, and the compound that HR is in is still in there. But on the other side, a lot of teams will look to move in, Bablu being one of them. They are still 100 meters away from the circle.
100 meters does not seem like that much of a distance, but then it's the final circles are coming like 4th, 5th circles. It's going to be a lot because the teams will be properly centralized. And Bablu's players, they are trying to spot some players. The enemy's head was given out there, and the players are dropping the other players as well. NES has to travel the maximum distance, F2D 47 as well. On the other side, some of the players are still fairly close to the circle, if anything. And 247 once again taking up the fights with Nexus. And can they just take up the fights because they have M249, if you remember, 247 Gaming has that beast of a gun. We didn't call it beast now, we call it the demon gun, if anything, because those 100 bullets, obviously, they create an impact that is difficult to counter or something. And Najib is out there, Punjab is out there, Moth is out there, but what is going to happen out in that one?
Look at this. The third party is coming in as 247. They were being engaged upon by the squad of Nexus, and Fyme on the other side from the high ground. Fyme Khan did spot out the players from the side of Nexus, and the shots were fired on them. But Bablu on the other end is going to get a knock from the side of F2D Esports. But let us just focus on this fight as 247. The players are spread apart. They are going to be isolated, and the isolated fights might not work out in that favor. But I spoke to soon as Najib is going to get one knock. Wolf is just burning alive. The damage from the Molotov is coming in, but Fyme Fyme Khan from the long range spray with that M4 and the 3x on it is going to knock down Najib, who was out in the open going for the finish on the players from the side of Nexus, and he is going to get the finish on him instead. Najim, the bad move coming in, is going to get punished, but now Nexus, they have to be careful as well, because Fyme, as I said, they have the high ground, and the fight, whoever wins, no matter who wins, is going to be shot at from up above as well.
Yeah, that is totally true. And Nexus is out there with 4 players. The smokes are coming in. Everything is popping out there for them to actually be safe. And they are in the safety area for now. And 247 Punjabi actually goes down out there as Fyme was taking up a good fight. And 247 gets eliminated as Moth actually dives out of his own moving vehicle. And that is going to be the end of 247 in this one. And still 13 teams remaining. Bablu can be in a good position, can be in a bad position. Pikachu has spotted some players from R3D side. The 2 players that are surviving, I think they are looking good for a fight right now. We'll have to see what happens as they are just moving in forward. R3D Colossi is still out there. M4 with a level 1 helmet, a level 1 vest for him. So if he is shooting M4 on one side, but if the shots just come up on his direction, I think so that vest is not gonna be of much use for him. DFUZeOXY just goes down as well as Pikachu also takes some damage from R3D Colossi's gun out here. But still, the fact is that the numbers advantage are not in this person's favor. He has just 2 players remaining for his team, and on the other side, Bablu has 4. So we'll have to see what happens. And he is picking up some heals. I think he's gonna go for the heal battle while the other person is gonna go and charge in outside. But Danny is out there. Danny has taken some damage, but is still surviving. Goes down as Prime 7G's K9 just comes into the equation. Bablu Ghost is also out here. So Bablu Ghost, we'll have to see what this guy does as well, because he is still trying to move in forward just right next to Pikachu, because there is a really good considerable ridge if anything, and Colossi would like to move in a bit backwards, and now the circle has left him for 200 meters.
Yeah, that is going to be a troublesome distance for R3D Colossi, because 200 meters on Miramar's open ground, that is a risky situation to think about. But talking about risky situations, Rogue Nation, they found them in one and they were eliminated. Oh, Colossi was shooting on the players from Bablu. He got shot at and he was knocked out. And now R3D with just one man standing. Bablu is going to look to finish off that entire squad. But this is also another interesting thing. Bablu, they have all 4 players alive, but are still sitting there with just 1 kill. So this is a passive style of play that we are seeing from this team. But the other teams have turned up the aggression as F2D, which is 3 players. They catch out some of the players from the side of NortheSports and are going for the fight as well. As Sensi is going to take down Mafia. Mafia tried to go in for a flank, but he was taken down. Snake is going to go in on Danny. Danny was taken down. He was knocked out. Danny is going to be finished by HR Trinder. Bablu not in a good situation right now. They were caught out in the open rotation. But on the other side, LOU Ghost is going to be dropped by Nexus's team, and NortheSports still engaging in this fight from F2D. 47 is the only man left standing as Talal was taken down. He's going to be finished by the players from the side of NortheSports, and Maxi and Snow, they are looking to finish what they started. As Snow is going to charge in on 47, but 47 goes for the quick knock and the quick finish. Now runs out in the open, is looking to rotate around the house, get in the better position, but a lot of damage comes in as Sensi comes in for the backstab. 47 in a lot of trouble. Sensi switching to the FPP mode. He spots out the player, but the shot's not connecting, and now finally from the corner of the window, the finish is going to come in. But Bablu are all going to be taken down as Tyrant is going to be finished off, and Pikachu is going to be the only man left standing. HR just rain hell on this entire squad.
On this entire squad and on this entire map, if you will. But Pikachu, look at him. He has spotted one of the players. He needs to move into the zone as he will be prioritizing the circle right now. Obviously, making out the best of the choice out there, what he wants to go for it. And Gaming Up's Adil also goes down. Plays and takes down NES Sensei, if anything. 28 players alive with 11 teams surviving. Which player is going to come out on top is going to be one thing, as Fyme Sneak also goes down out there as HFD is still surviving out there. Bablu Pikachu trying to go for a longer rotation will be contested by Gaming Hub, if anything, from this side of rotation. If he goes for it, HR is also coming in right in behind of them. HR is inside the circle. Bablu cannot make any mistake. You can see Pikachu cannot make any single mistake. That just puts them in a bit of trouble or something. So we'll see what the squad just goes for, or if anything. And HFD Umar also out here. We'll have to see. And a grenade comes in from him, from Bablu Pikachu. Will this grenade hit someone? That is going to be one of the questions. The grenade actually goes there. R3D Esports gets eliminated. and the grenade does not do any of the damage. And VFXOXY is out there. Bablu Pikachu has 2 first aids. What's gonna happen? Will he be able to reach the zone in time? I don't think so. The circle is coming, and he will be taken down by the play zone late to the first aids, and he gets eliminated. Team Bablu on the 9th position with just 1 kill.
Yeah, that once again is a massive upset for the entire squad, but that does provide the opportunity for the underdogs to step up, and it can be the opportunity for this team, the team that was responsible for wiping out most of the players from the side of Bablu, Hellraisers, to step up big this time and get that chicken dinner for themselves. 22-minute mark has been reached, down to the 8 teams, 23 players in there. Gaming Hubs emerged. The nade was thrown towards the players from the side of NortheSports, but it missed its mark. Another one being thrown towards Amer. The man was spotted out, and as I say he was spotted out, the crosshair was right on his face. But HFD, they step into a bad situation. The car rammed in right between the squads, and they are going to be wiped out as LOU eSports just dropped the hammer on him. But HFD, they retaliate and wipe out LOU eSports. They were with the man advantage in a matter of seconds. The caster's curse is going to kick in as Fyme is going to wipe HFD off the map, forcing them into an early exit.
Yeah, for now, that was an exit. Team Match also exits out from there. That was something. 5 teams remaining, 13 players surviving. Which team is going to have a chicken dinner in this one? Arkadians still with 1 player. 1 needs a revive. Fyme with 2. NortheSports with 2. Nexus with 3. And Gaming Hub. This can be their game, if anything, because they have all the players surviving. They have the numbers advantage. But you know, in this kind of scenarios, the numbers can switch places. Gaming Hub's KMD, he has a good higher risk. He has a K9. He has a good scope. Can he just take the people out? It's going to be a good question. 5-7Z and Sneak out there. They are just trying to move in forward on Nexus. We'll have to see what happens as Nexus is still sitting out there. The airdrop is also coming in right on the other side of the building. And look at this. The grenade is coming out. The grenade is going in. 1 grenade moves in. Does not do any of the damage. The second grenade is going on the other direction. There's no one out here. But still, it is a good start if you want to just see and go for the hit and trials. If you want to go for it. And the circle is right on Nexus. Fyme has to get inside the zone. Will they or will they not reach? Let's find out.
Yeah, we have to see what is going to happen for this squad of Fyme. Can they keep the momentum that they have built for themselves going and have a really amazing day on day number 2. The airdrop is right in the middle. Nexus is the closest team to it, but that is going to be a risky situation because you do not want to cross out on the open road to get an airdrop in that situation when you know you are surrounded by a lot of squads. Gaming Hub, they have the snipers on them. We just saw Car98 on one of the fellows from this team, and we have to see if they are going to go and wipe out a lot of players from the long distance advantage. Fyme on our screens right now, just 2 players standing, have 4 kills on them, and Sneak and 7Z, they are in a bad situation. As Nexus in front of them, there is another squad present on the other side of Nexus. It is Arkadians, the only team that is in the circle right now. Rest everyone has to rotate in.
Yeah, and we still have 5 teams surviving out there, 13 players alive. Gaming Hub has that numbers advantage. They have the kill advantage as well. NES is on the backside. Gaming Hub is moving in on Arkadians. This can be a 4v2 fight if anything that just happens as Gaming Hub. They want to charge in. They want to barge in on the areas. Now the circle is in their favor. They have 6 times on their M4. You can see Adil out there. 5C goes down as Nexus goes on it, but 5-7C goes on and takes him down as well. The car is out there. The car can be blasted. Nexus has been finished. The kill has been stolen by Maxi. That is just gonna be a really bad situation. 70 wants to move in, and Nexus with just 2 players surviving. The zone is out. The zone is moving. Sneak gets a revive or not. I don't think so. Sneak has been finished out as 7Z is moving in with a solo advantage or maybe a disadvantage. We will find out in a while. Nexus Wolf is still out in that area where he has his cover, and he was throwing grenades on 7Z, who is still surviving out in that one.
Yeah, we have to see how they are going to proceed with this one. But now, as we see, look at this. Look at the forecast. Gaming Hub, 36% chances. But we have seen team with a lot of probability being taken out in an instant. But Knight is going to make sure that that is not going to happen this time as he drops one of the players from the side of NortheSports, the squad right next to them, forcing them into a bad situation. Fyme is going to be eliminated from this game down to the top 4 teams. 10 people still alive. Gaming Hub with all 4 of their players. Arkadians Arkadians, they are in this compound, but Gaming Hub right next to them. As I said, Emerge is going to spot Leon, but the shots being fired are not going to connect, and Knight is going to get the finish on Maxi. Leon cooking up that nade. They have a good crossfire setup for themselves, Halsey and Leon, inside that factory that they are in. But next is Taha. He's going to be in trouble now. He is the only member left standing, and he is going to go for a heal battle. He had 9 first aids and 1 med kit.
Oh, but does not go for it. He has been taken down. Now this is a 4 versus 2 situation, ladies and gentlemen. Arkadians on the upper side, obviously. But the circle is not in anyone's favor. I think Leon is going to go for a grenade. No, he switches to his gun right now. Now he switches to the grenade once again. A throwable might just, it might just come in handy for them right now. He is going for a grenade. This might hit KMD. If it does that, it's going to just change everything. I think he has information that there are players out there. But what's going to happen? Are the numbers going to be advantageous, or are these players just going to go for it? I think the grenade can just cook in on the right direction. KMD can go down, and yes, he does. 1 grenade to rule them all, and 1 grenade just takes him down. But I think Merge is going to go for a revive, but then 1 more grenade can just take him down as well. He is moving on the other direction alongside his teammate. Are they going to go from the upper area? They were trying to jump, but then the jump is not going to work. Leon is out on the one side. He has spotted one of the players. 2 of the players have been spotted by him, but then what's going to happen? As he has 15 bullets, not going to happen, and it is just 1 player remaining who is on the upward edge. Adil is on domination right now. Halsey has that Uzi and the M4. 2 amazing guns, 2 incredible guns. Can they spot him? Yes, they have spotted him. They know the location, grenades and everything. They can use it, but for now, they know the win is there. Gaming up. Look at them. They are just trying to charge in, but the zone is not going to let them. They can grenade in from the other side if they want to, and Halsey is out there. 2 first aids. It's just a matter of time. They'll be dancing. They'll be surviving outside as grenades and throwables. Everything is coming. Look at that. Adil is dancing out here. Everyone's going to dance out here because the chicken dinner was theirs, and Gaming Up wins this one, and Arkadians just have 1 kill till the end.
Yeah, 1 kill, but still getting a lot of points for the 2nd place finish. I think they are going to be pretty happy about that, because had they exited early on, that all would have been useless for them. But on the other side, I like the way this game ended. No bullets being fired, just a pure dance-off.
Pure dance off, and that too.
Also, another thing I liked was the Lord of the Rings reference from you. 1 grenade to rule them all.
Exactly, like that thing was out there. The grenade was thrown in, and it took down 1 player in an instant. I mean, they wanted to just jump in from the other direction, but then let's just have a look at the MVP, and I think it's gonna be Merge, if I'm not wrong, from Gaming Up, because the guy had, exactly, 1061 damage, 5 kills from his side, 27 minutes of survival time, and 8.42 kilometers of distance covered. So Merge actually... Emerge actually, he did a lot for his team, and he emerged as an MVP out there.
Yeah, definitely does deserve that victory for his team. And Gaming Hub this time as well. So in the group stages, they started off quite slow, but their performance was pretty consistent. That's how they had a good standing in the group stages. But this time, I think they are just going to go at it with full-on guns blazing. And let's have a look at the top 5 players from this game and see who all are going to be joining Emerge in there. It's going to be Emerge on the first, 5 kills, 1061 damage. Knight from Gaming Hub is going to be on the second with 4 kills, 602 damage. Gaming Hub Adil on the third with 3 kills, 543 damage. Fyme 7Z is going to be on the fourth with 2 kills, 470 damage. And NortheSports Maxi on the fifth with 2 kills and 426 damage on him.
Yeah, for now, this was what Miramar actually gave us in the players' scenarios. I mean, the players' domination, all those things. But then let's just have a talk about some other teams like Aqua that is not performing as good today. And then 247, they had a good game, but then after that, it has just toppled since then. So where are these teams in this particular match? Let's just have a look at this match's Miramar standings as we're going to talk about it. Gaming Hub is out there with 13 kills, 33 points for them. So his Nexus team is out there on the second position. Arkadians, okay, all right. So Arkadians just went down because Nexus had a good kill count for themselves. Fyme is also out on the fourth. NortheSports on the fifth. HFT on the sixth. HR on the seventh, and LOU eSports is out there on the 8th.
So look at this. Third and fourth, the team that was supposed to be on top did come down to the bottom. Same thing happened on 5th and 6th. Same thing happened. So a lot of position swapping going on just because one extra kill, a few extra kills, kills get priorities in the standing. So let's move on to the next set of teams and see how they are doing, because Foxy is going to be on the 9th, Bablu once again out of the top 8 in the 10th position, FTFxEsports on the 11th, Rogue Nation on the 12th, R3D on the 13th position for now, 247 Gaming on the 14th, TeamvfxOXY on the 15th, and Team Aqua on the 16th.
So this thing what I was talking about, 247 and Aqua, they had, like, Aqua had bad games, 247 had a chicken dinner, and from there it has been a down since then. So this has looked difficult. This has looked difficult for 247 Gaming, this particular match. I mean, the thing is, they had M249, they had level 3 West and all those things, but still the team got eliminated as the player Moth was the final person and he exited his moving vehicle. And all those things. And Team Aqua, first game not good, second game not good, third game not good. So it is a high time. I mean, it's just a start for the team, but still it's a high time that they need to step up for the game for the final match.
Yeah, but let's have a look at the overall standings now, since we have seen the standings for this game, and see how the points from this are going to affect the standings. Fyme sitting on the first position till now. NortheSports, they will be moving up to the second with 80 points. So the difference, I believe the difference is not big enough to eliminate Envy or to put basically a hurdle in front of them to climb up to the first position, because Envy still has games in advantage. Arkadians on the 4th, HFD on the 5th, Foxy, TeamvfxOXY on the 6th, Portal eSports on the 7th, and Gaming Hub on the 8th.
So it's a thing that if Fyme actually has a good game, the next one, or if NortheSports, I mean, they can hit the 100 mark. But then moving on for the next set of teams, Freestyle is out there, H2E, 247 Gaming, Team TeamvfxOXY. I mean, the teams that have had 7 games, but then all the other teams like Freestyle, TUF, RNG, they have had 4 games. LOU have had 3 for now. Obviously, you know, they are just starting their day today. F2D is out there on the 7th. But then moving on, this is like the first time from 17 to 24 where we are seeing Team Bablu still sitting out there. And this is for the first time that we are seeing a red marker right next to Team Bablu. Aqua is out there on the 17th, Nexus on the 18th, HR on the 19th, Bablu on the 20th, Rogue Nation on the 21st, FTF on the 22nd, R3D on the 24th, and DFUZe, they've had just the 4 games for themselves. They are ending this day as well on the 24th right now after the Miramar game.
Yeah, so DFUZe, they are going to be in a bad situation for today, but they are going to be coming back tomorrow. FTFxEsports is going to come back tomorrow as well. But on the other side, so a lot of surprises in the last few sets of standing. Hellraisers, Bablu, both not having the kind of performances, the kind of games that they showcased us during the group stages. I think that has to be a massive surprise for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, that is like that is a surprise for us as well, if anything. And maybe, just maybe, we can all just say that maybe last game will be a comeback game for them.
Yeah, maybe a last game is going to be a comeback for these two teams. Or is Fyme going to get the chicken dinner and reach the 100-point mark? Only time will tell us that. We'll be back after a short break. You guys stay tuned and keep watching. Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to PMCO 2020 Spring Split Pakistan Region Semi-Finals Day number 2, and it's going to be the time for last game of today, game number 4, which is going to be played on Erangel. My name is Varun Super Johnny John, being joined on the desk by Ocean Sharma, and the man has removed his glasses now, just to figure out how he looks.
We'll talk about that later. But then coming on to the final game, let's just talk about final game. It's much more interesting than me removing my glasses. But we'll see what happens out in the final game, because there are two teams one team that has performed outstanding in their group stages, and one team that has had the capability of chicken dinners in their group stage. I'm talking about Bablu and Aqua. Both the teams are lacking their gameplay today, and same goes for 247, because they have had a good chicken dinner in the first one. But the next games are kind of have been troublesome for them. So I mean, final game, it can change for either of the teams, for all of the teams or something. We'll have to see what happens in that one.
Yeah, a lot can change in this one game of Erangel, but only time will tell which team is going to get the chicken dinner. As Ocean said, there are a lot of teams who have the potential to get the chicken dinner but are failing to do so, who are failing to even have a decent performance. I'm talking about two teams, and specifically it's going to be Aqua is in there, Hellraiser are going to be in there, and Bablu is going to be in there as well. So these three teams have had amazing performances in group stages. They have had amazing stats for them throughout the group stages. Hellraisers and Bablu had it throughout the group stages, and but today is just not their day.
So far it has just not been their day. I mean, we still have one game left that can make their day, or can break their day, obviously. But then obviously what's going to happen is the teams will try and come back stronger if it goes to that scenario. But before that, the final game will be right on your screens in a while. So pick a team if you wanted to in this one.
Ooh, I'll go with Fyme today.
You're gonna go with Fyme. I think that this can be Bablu's game, so I'm gonna pick Bablu for this one. But then we will be seeing like which team actually just makes their name in the final game as well, because one chicken dinner obviously means a lot, and we will be diving right into the game, ladies and gentlemen. You can see from Georgopol area, Georgopol Hospital to Mansion, Lipovka, that is where the plane path is. So the northern areas are right around the corners. You can go there. Rozok School, Yasna, Poliana Mansion, Shelter Prison, Pochinki as well. Arcadians, I mean, just like to go to Pochinki. So we'll see if that gets contested. And southern areas are out of the equation. This was kind of the plane path in the first game, and the zone was totally the southern one.
Yeah, the zone was literally on the military base, and the fights were intense. Could that happen again, or are we going to see the zone stick to the land this time? 2X take an exit early on. Bablu, once again, they are taking an exit as well. And could this be the same plan that they had the first time on Erangel? Because Tyrant exited the plane a little bit later than his entire team. The Bablu team are going to look to head towards the northern side of the Georgopol city, the city that's across the river. And HR is once again going to take control of the Georgopol containers for themselves. HFD heading over the Gatka area. 2X have gone for an interesting split as well, wherein Major, he has landed on the extreme western edge of the island, and Moth and his teammates, they are looking to head towards the ferry pier area for themselves. A lot of team exiting this place at the Rozok School situation, and Arkadians, it looks like they have gone to Pochinki, but this time it is not going to be uncontested, as F2D is there as well. And Aqua, they are heading towards the Lipovka area. An interesting circle yet again on the eastern edge. A lot of water being involved. I think the game is making up for not having Weekendy in today.
Yeah, and F2D, they are, for the first time I'm seeing F2D out here in Pochinki area. In the whole, like, even the group qualifiers and all those things. So we'll have to see, like, if that comes out as a good thing or a bad thing for them. So let's just see what happens out in this one. They are just rotating in from the back ends right now. And this is the circle, I mean, as you were saying, the water being involved and all those things. So, but still, no one is out there in the Novo area for the start.
Yeah, no one is out towards the Nova situation. No one in the military base. Those islands have been left all alone, untouched. And I think that is going to continue just because of where the circle is. The teams will look to stay on the main island and rotate on towards the circle from the main island only. DFUZeOXY once again heading towards the Stalba-Kamishki split that they are known for. Nexus landing on Yasna Poliana, but this time they are uncontested. The last time they were given some trouble by one of of the teams, but this time no one is there. R3D have taken control of Rozhok for themselves. On the other side, NortheSports is quite close to them, and Tyrant, I think shots were fired to his direction from the players of Hellraisers, but he is just going to drive out of that area and move towards his teammates as Bablu are on, once again, their usual location, the Georgia Pole City on the other side of the river.
Yeah, that's totally true. They're on the other side of the river, and look at that. Like Aqua and Gaming Hub. Like Gaming Hub is kind of, just keeping them in one of the areas. And 247, they'll be starting off their game from Lipovka. So there is a lot of time for these teams to be engaged and all, just be in the fight, and also they can just have a lot of time for themselves. But then Bablu's rotation is one thing that we would like to see what happens in that one. 2X's rotation, I mean, they are not uncontested right now, but once they get inside the circle, it will be a whole different equation for them.
Yeah, it will be a whole different scenario that they have to face once they get inside the circle. And the last time this sort of a circle was there and Bablu landed in that city, they were eliminated. They lost a lot of players just while coming in. And it was just, if I remember correctly, it was just Pikachu who was left standing, and even he was taken down in the later stages. But today is a different day. This is a different game. It's a different set of teams playing in. So that can actually come into the fact, and we still have to see which team is gonna get that first kill for themselves, because right now the 63 players that joined the server are still all alive. So this is looking to be a passive one for everyone. Everyone is going for the early rotation, early loot phases, but Arkadians moving out of Puchinki so fast. I think this is the first time they have left the city before hitting the 7 or 8 minute mark.
That's totally true out in this one. We'll have to see what happens out. And Arkadians are rotating in and moving in forward. We'll see how, the game just changes it all for themselves, for the players, and for everything. Right now, Leon has level 1 helmet, level 2 vest for him on himself. R3D is also going to be out there. And 247, as you can see, 247 Mod, Punjabi Gaming, and Najib just out in this area of Lipovka. And they'll be having good loot. And where Gaming was going there, they can find a car in that garage, if anything. But now he's moving to the other direction, the coffee shop, as you will say. Aqua Hamza also on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. The Milta area from where Aqua is going to be starting their loot, and they have had a decent amount of loot. I mean, Hamza does not have the first aid for himself, but in the loot department, in the guns department, in the department that actually brings out kills, he has a good amount of stuff for himself.
Yeah, he has a good stuff for him. But as we saw on the minimap, Gaming Hub was keeping in there, forced into the Milta power plant. But Gaming Hub has now moved out. And they are heading towards the Milta city, where Fyme is already waiting for them. So they need to be careful as well. Aqua on the other side, their rotations everywhere have opened up. Look at this. Look at the minimap. Their rotation to every single location has pretty much been clear. On the other side, we do see some combat happening on the Lipovka side, where 247 and ROG are making a connection. And the team of TeamvfxOXY, they were quite separate. They were split apart, but now they have regrouped. So we have reached the points wherein teams are going to regroup, and now the rotations are going to come in. But looks like HR and Bablu still going in for the late rotation. HFD as well, who are in towards the Gatka area for themselves. The late rotations can be punished in the first circle, first blue zone. The damage is not that much. We always talk about it, the chip damage. But it is still going to give your opponents an advantage if they actually catch you off guard, because then that will mean that they will have to do less damage to kill you off. And that was a stunt coming in, a 360 being done by a car 247. They just flipped their own vehicle. And ROG JD, he's going to be caught out of position. Spots out one, but Punjabi, can he take him out? The spray comes in, the pre-fire is going to be there, but JD goes for a drop shot. And Moth from the other direction is going to get the knock. The finish is going to come in. JD is going to lose his life. But the other players from the side of ROG, they come in just in time. Can they take this fight? 2 versus 2 situation. Moth and Punjabi up against the 2 players from the side of ROG. Titanium is there. It's going to be 3 players as the entire team comes in for the support for their fallen comrade.
Look at Najib's location. He can actually, just take the vehicle and charge in from the other direction. It will be a 3v4 if anything, and that ROG can actually lose this one fight. They lost 1 player already. That is not looking good for them. Najib is going to be having a vehicle for his cover, and he can just spot players out there. Najib is out in the open for some reason, and the dog can just spot him if anything. And Najib is going for a longer flank, but then so is 1 player from ROG that's going to be going out there, as Nightmare is moving in. That can look bad for them. Nightmare actually goes in on the upward edge. That can just look really good, but not anymore, as Najib, the guy who was flanking, his location has been taken up, but then he actually drops down the player from out there. And now the Doc and Titanium will be left. I spoke too soon. Now just Titanium will be left. ROG, Rogue Nation, can go for an early exit, and this can be 247's comeback game as they just eliminated 4 players.
Yeah, 4 players being taken down. Rogue Nation is going to be eliminated. The support did come in, but being outnumbered, even in the support, is not going to work out for you. And 247, they're going to be happy about the fact that now they are starting the game with 4 kills. But can they convert this into a chicken dinner? Only time will tell. But for now, I think they have a pretty good position for themselves, as Lipovka was the position where they were in. They were contested, and now it's going to be quite open for them. And the circle is going to favor them as well.
Yeah, that's totally true. The circle will be favoring them, and that just means that I mean, you know, they can just stay in a safer compound if they want to for a while, and after that, if a team just tries to contest their location, they can just go in and barge in for the fights and all those things. They'll be having that advantage, but right now they are just taking those buggies to go to the directions where they want to. Fyme Sneak is also out there on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Fyme, they've had good games. Like the previous game was kind of you know, really good for them, obviously. So we'll have to see how do they just change it all, and how do they go for the better games or anything. And Bablu, once again, if you see, they are way outside the circle. They haven't even started moving yet when the circle is out in the second rotation. We'll like to see where Bablu is and what they are doing, because they are still just sitting out in the area of Georgopol for some reason.
Yeah. That is going to be troublesome for them. That I think has to be one of the latest rotations ever. And it is going to put them in an interesting situation, because now once they start coming in, the second circle is already going to be there, as it is right now, and the teams are going to be quite close to each other, so they can be gate kept in an amazing fashion. But talking about amazing things, Snaker did spot out the players from the side of 2x, did fire some shots, but took a lot of damage in return, fell down to around 30% health, so he needs to fall back, he needs to heal up. But in the typical HR fashion, the man did engage, did get the information, but the teammates are out of there, and they're going to spot out the players from the of 2x while they are rotating, and the DMR on Virus, the DMR on the player from the side of Hellraisers was trying to dish out the damage, but shots did not connect. But once again, NortheSports up against R3D. Colossi, he has been taken down, and the compounds have been charged upon. NortheSports, can they take this one, as they sit there with a man advantage right now? The revive is going to come at an even second, but can R3D take this one? The nade was thrown. ZAO was forced out of position, but on the other side, look at this. GH is also losing players. The team is coming off a chicken dinner on the map of Miramar.
They are losing players right now. That can just change everything for the team. And NES, look at this. Sensi and Maxi moving in forward. Ezio is on the one side, but Sensi just moves in, barges in, charges in, and takes one player down. On the other hand, the curve fire just comes in. Look at that. Walker will be taken down as well, as the players are being lost, and the revive will be coming in on the Sensi side. The smoke is going to charge in. That's a really good thing. And Colossi is trying to spot the players once again from his side. Colossi has spotted some of the players, but no damage was done from this player side. Snow is moving in, as is one of the players. Hammer as well is moving in, and that can just wreak havoc, as R3D will be losing their one more player if that just goes in, as Colossi is coming out here. Snow takes him down, and now Walker is the lone survivor that is left. Will he come in or will he rush away? It's going to be one of the questions, because now R3D is in a lot of trouble, if anything.
Yeah, they're going to be in a hell of a trouble. But now on the other side, look at this. Arkadians so close to HFD. The smoke was there protecting Ash for an instant. On the other side, Faison also has gotten low. Faison is going to be taken down by a nade, and the revive should come in. But not eSports. They charge in on R3D in that moment, and they did get a knock for themselves. Ash goes for the peak with the AK in his hand. Did give some damage to the player from the side of HFD, but they are quite close, and they come in. Faison is going to be finished off. Ash, he is going to be taken down as well, as the peak was there. And as I say that, he was taken down. 2 players from the side of Arkadians still left standing. Can they clutch this one out, as Halsey is going to be taken down? Leon, the only man left standing, is going to look to get out of this situation. He's going to look to run away, but where? It is out in the open. He goes for a 2v1. He's going to be taken down, and Arkadians take an exit with 0 kills on the 15th position. An amazing amazing fight coming in from the side of HFD. They took down one, and then all 4 of them came pouring in towards these guys, and that was an easy exit. And look, Bablu already making it into the circle now.
Yeah, they made it into the circle after the 2 circles, so we'll have to see how the fight goes. Look at that! Impressive! PMCO with the red dot actually takes out one player with just using the tap accuracy, and now he cannot see the players out there, but then still he was going for it. Fyme has also been taken down by NXS's players, so Fyme is being contested by 2 directions, by 2 different sides, and that is looking bad for Team Fyme right now.
Yeah, that was just a setup. TeamvfxOXY got the knocks, but Nexus was close enough to get the kills, and being distracted is what sort of did not work out in Fyme's favor. But on the other side, the next circle is going to move in. It's going to make another shift, and it is going to be centered around the southern side of Yasna Poliana. So a lot of open area, a lot of farms can actually lead to the death of a lot of teams. And Bablu are already moving in towards the center. It's basically every single team moving in towards that open center, trying to find any of the compounds that they can take control of. On the other side, Nexus, they have decided to go towards the southern city part of the Yasna Poliana, and that is going to be tricky because now they are going to be separated from a lot of teams. They can be safe for a while, but the fights are just going to be difficult when the next circle forms in, and if it forms on this squad of Nexus, I think they are going to be the happiest in there. But Fyme 7Z, he spotted out a couple of teams, spotted out one team in rotation, did fire some shots, did not connect, but the information was given away to the enemies, so he needs to be careful now. The squad of Fyme, the 2 remaining players, they are just 80 meters away from the circle, but those 80 meters are 80 meters of open land. So they need to be careful while they run in or while they drive in, because this happened with them the last time. How they lost the 2 players, they were running out in the open from an open rotation, and they got distracted with one team getting a knock. Nexus came in, took down 2.
Exactly. And now the circle is coming in, and obviously, just like you said, the rotations are going to be out there. Beat 80 meters, beat 100 meters. Obviously, that's going on thing. Bablu Pikachu takes up a fight against HR Snake as just drops him down. And look at that. Bablu Pikachu being shotted from behind, but that's not going to stop this guy from wreaking havoc on HR. He is going with a grenade, just takes up a grenade and will be charging in. He can blast that vehicle. He goes for the blast. The vehicle has been blasted. And on the other side, the grenade takes 1 player down, takes 2 players down. Bablu Pikachu, the grenadier. Look at that, creating a red zone if anything, and the grenades are doing the damage out there, and HR is in a lot of trouble with 2 grenades. He took down 2 players, and Tyrant is moving in forward as well, because we know it that they go for a fight. 247 is taking a fight against Bablu Ghost, as Bablu Ghost has been taken down. Will he be finished or not is going to be one of the questions. And yes, Emma takes a fight against HR Trenda, and he takes him down. He steals a kill against Bablu, and that is going to make these people much more angry.
Yeah, they're going to be mad, but they have the cover to take the fight up against the players from the side of 247. Ghost needs to be revived, and the revive needs to come in now. The smokes have been popped. The tree is there for the cover as well, but the shots are coming at random. Danny is going to smoke, throw another smoke just to make sure that the revive happens. Pikachu is going for the revive on Ghost and the other 2 players, Danny and Tyrant. They have positioned themselves in a way wherein they can spot the players from the side of 247 coming in. But the next circle, it makes a shift, and what I was talking about actually happened. The next circle is centered around where the team of Nexus was. They had 2 airdrops in front of him, and I hope they looted them for themselves. Bablu right now is going to be outside of the circle, so they need to move in, and they have to leave the protection of the compound that they are in right now. On the other side, 247 actually disengaged from that fight and walk away in the other direction. Talking about walking away, Flamma from Hellraisers is not going to do that, as he was taken down by the players from the side of NortheSports. Now he's running away in that vehicle, but the shots actually did a lot of damage on the player. And here comes the squad of Aqua. Hamza, he also drives away. This is total chaos as teams are just getting away from NortheSports.
Once more, if you look at that vehicle, he's just going, there's no one, and he's shooting on that vehicle. The vehicle was just going out there for some reason, and it is not.
Everyone is driving everywhere, and NortheSports, they are not able to catch a single one of them.
Alright, Gaming Up loses 1 more player out in this fight right now, and look at this, Bablu Tyrant, they are charging in, barging in this house right now where Nexus is. This can be a proper revenge revenge game for Bablu, but I don't think so. The Nexus has a really good area. Bablu Pikachu is down. The grenade is coming in. The grenade is kicking. The grenade takes Pikachu down in an easier way as Zulka goes on a grenadier streak for himself. Bablu lost one player right now. Nexus, they are going to be shifting the location of fight to the other direction. Danny walks in that Molotov for some reason. That was quite a bad judgment right now, but we'll be applying bandages after this. We'll be going in for a fight or anything. 247 is out there on the back end, and 247 was also on the teams. That was the reason of Bablu, rotating in from one direction to the other. Next is Zulka is down right now. He's a really good cover. Not anymore, because he'll be taken down from HFD's Cronus on the other side. And now this is a bad thing. See, Zulka on his house, and all of the 3 players of Nexus are on the other house. They will not prefer coming in the open, so he might just go down.
Yeah, he might be going down, but look at this Aqua Fanny. He has the Mini 14. Oh, Danny was spotted out by Nexus Wolf in that window. Danny was taken down as well. Bablu, they have managed to somehow get a compound for themselves, but controlling it is definitely going to be a challenge.
Yeah.
We have to see if this is going to come into the play for themselves. And Nexus, they are trying to hide in there, but if they are not spotted out, they are going to be killed off. And on the other sides, we do see the squads have all separated and are controlling their own buildings. Pikachu being taken down, I think, is going to put the team in some trouble. But on the other side, Fandy, with that nade, is going to take down one of the players from the side of NortheSports. NortheSports, they were having a good performance for themselves. And talking about teams starting with N, Nexus was one of the first teams to rotate in towards the Yasnapoliana area. So we have to see if they can actually get a chicken dinner from that one. The nade being cooked, it is going to look towards, it's going to be thrown towards the side of Danny. But can it actually connect? I don't think so. It's on the other room.
Yeah, it was in the other room area for now. So he is kind of safe in that equation right now. But Maxi goes down out here as Aqua Hamza was going up for an incredible fight with that DP28, and Sensei will be moving into the other area, the other room right now. Aqua Fendi as well out in that area, and Hamza has that M4 for himself. That is for a cover fire. If anything, Fendi has a DP, but the grenade is out there. The grenade was out there, and the grenade just takes him down in an impressive way. Aqua can be in a bit or in a lot of trouble depending on how the players are going to be playing their cards right now. Fendi is on the upward edge, and Hamza is going to be going to give up a good revival out there.
Yeah, we have to see if the revive is going to come in. The player was on the downflow, and Fyme Khan is going to be taken down. The team is going to be in trouble. They did get a couple of chicken dinners for themselves, but on the other side, Aqua, they can be charged upon by the players from the side of NortheSports, as they were on the top floors and the bottom floors were empty of that house. And as I say, that Sensi is going to be able to close the gap. Another nade being thrown. Trident could be in trouble, needs to get out of there, but had a lot of time as the nade was not cooked enough, and he is going to have an easy rotation. But with that, because the players were forced in towards the other direction, Nexus is going to come charging in.
Aqua Freddy just jumps out of the window, takes down 2 players. That was more than impressive. And because the smoke was there, no one could cover fire on him. That was really, really great strategy by the guys out there. But look at that. LOU is moving in forward from the back end. And Aqua Freddy, he is using that adrenaline because he does not have anything else for now. He has 10 bandages, but then he'll be saving them for later on with the fights. And LOU Phobia goes down as Aqua Hamza actually takes up a fight. LOU was out in the open, and Fyme has reached there as well. So Fyme can just take up each and every area of the fight right now. Fatty, he has already spotted out the players, but does not actually shoot. 247 Moth actually takes on VFX. So for now, still now, 20 minutes into the game, 11 teams are still surviving out in this one.
Yeah, 11 teams still surviving, but LOU eSports, they were out in the open. So I think they are going to be the team that's going to be in the most trouble. But look at this. Maxi, he was knocked down in the smoke right now, and no one is coming to his rescue. He's just going to die. Fatty getting an easy kill for themselves. And this is what I was talking about. LOU eSports out in the open. Fyme is out in the open. And this is going to be a troublesome situation for them, because the circle still has some of those buildings from the Yasnapoliana city in there, and you could have delayed your rotation in towards the circle. This happened the last time. Remember seeing this circle in the South Asia qualifiers as well, wherein the teams came in when it was the last few moments of the game. But right now, still 11 teams are in there. The damage was given to one of the players from the side of LOU Esports, Phobia, and the knock is going to come in as well. But Bablu Tyrant goes in on the players of Nexus. Taha was taken down. The charge was there from the side of Nexus on Bablu's building. We still have to see who's going to come out on top. As Zulkar is going to be taken down, and the finish is going to be there from the side of Ghost. 3 players standing strong. Nexus, they are going to be in so much trouble as Zulkar is going to be finished as well. Now just one more player from the side of Nexus. Can they make this happen? I think they are going to be forced to run away. Danny's going to spot one of the players from the side of 247 Gaming, but the shot's being fired. The player was crouching, and Tyrant is going to be knocked down. The finish not coming in. Danny is still standing. Ghost is going to drop down Wolf, but Danny's going to be taken down by Taha. 2 players from the side of Nexus actually giving Bablu a lot of trouble. And Ghost, the only man left standing. Can he take this one? He actually clutches out. 1 versus 2 situation. The man comes out on top. The revives on the players from the side of Bablu. They are going to happen, and this team is finally going to run in towards the circle. That was incredible.
Incredible is not even the word to define that, because he was the lone survivor standing out there, and he just took them out with the crowd shots coming in. So that was an amazing presence of mind, that how you need to play your cards when your enemies know them already, and that is what Bablu just did out in this one. Now the revivals will be kicking in, and 4 seconds is the time when they have to pop up the first hit and move into the circle as well. Can they do that on time? It is a big question. On the other hand, Aqua moving on NES, NortheSports, they can be in a lot of trouble, as Snow knows that there are players out there. Fandy is also out there. Fatty as well. And how are they going to move in? That is going to be something. And 47 out there just trying to go for the tap shot on his opponents. And Hamza has spotted one of the players, but the reload is coming in. The reload is the cause of death of Hamza right now. But Fatty is on low HP. But Umar was on low HP. And that will be the end, as DFUZeOXY also comes in. And Tyrant has been taken down as well. That is looking really bad, as Team Bablu was out there with 1 player, and Team Bablu gets their exit on the 8th position right now. 7 teams remaining, 17 players surviving. Which team is gonna be at the chicken dinner position? I mean, it's all unpredictable for now.
Yeah, it is really unpredictable for them. The team took an early exit, another big upset from this entire squad. But we still have to see where they're gonna stand, as we are down to the 7 teams, 16 players in there. Make that 6 teams, 14 players, as Aqua is also gonna take an exit. 2xOfficial with just 1 guy, VFXOXY with 1 guy, Fyme with 2, LOU Esports with 2, F2Esports with all 4 people, and HFD is going to be there with all 4 people. And HFD are doing really well in this game. They have 7 kills this time around. 2xOfficial charges out in the open, but WhatsApp is going to spot out the players from the side of Fyme. The smoke, the blind fires coming inside the smokes are actually going to get dish out a lot of damage. And 7Z, he takes a lot of damage on him. Khan is going to be forced to rotate, but another blind shot, and LOU Abood is actually going to be the reason that Fyme is going to take an exit down to the top 5 teams, 11 players. And here comes the airdrop, and it is really, really close to the players from the side of HFD. They can renew their armor, they can renew their helmet with this airdrop coming in, and also can get an upgrade from one of the people in there.
Obviously, that's going to be like one of the things that can just help them out. And HFD, obviously, just like you said, they are being really, really close to the airdrop right now. That's a proper advantage. But there's one disadvantage, that they are not in the circle. The circle is still 20 meters away from them, and that is going to be one thing. I mean, they can just have this airdrop for the cover for a while, but then after 30 seconds, they will have to move in forward right now. They are smoking on either side of the airdrop. The spot 1 player, 2x, actually gets eliminated by that spray in an incredible way. So 4 teams winning, ladies and gentlemen, 10 players alive. Which team or which player is going to clutch it out for themselves? Will it be F2D's game, or will it be LOU Esports this time? HFD as well, or TeamvfxOXY, will they make it up? Because VFXOXY has just 1 player. Spoke too soon. Now there's none left. 3 teams surviving. 9 players surviving, ladies and gentlemen. 44% probability for HFD, as they have the numbers advantage. And look at them. Look at them. Just driving in forward right next to the player out there. And they have been spotted. And Umair is going to go down, as 47 just goes for this barrel spray on him. And that is just going to be leaving him out of the equation. Abood is going to be slowly and steadily just boosting up, and his health is going up right now. Talal with a grenade out there. And see, FTX 47 is on a domination right now, as his kill gets confirmed out there. Ghost is surviving alongside Abood. So 2 players from LOU Esports. How long can they survive? Will it be till the end of a chicken dinner? A Molotov just comes in, and on the other side, the smoke coming out with from 47 side, the grenades and everything. They are giving everything that they can. But Sahab, what did he found in that airdrop is going to be one of the big questions out there. as he has to move in and charging forward. 47 was taken down, and look at this, HFD picking up that smoke cloud for their help right now, for their aid right now. Murtaza is moving in forward, so is one more player. Cronus is also out there, but Saab as well. Will they or will they not just go for it? Murtaza has level 3 helmet and level 3 vest. This is going to be a really efficient thing for the final circle. Ghost takes that kill. LOU Abud is on the domination because the kill goes to him, but Ghost was the one that did a lot of damage. So F2D versus LOU versus HFD. HFD has the numbers advantage versus other two teams that have 2-2 each for themselves. But can they clutch it out? 7 players surviving. 3 teams remaining. 26 minutes and 50 seconds into the game. LOU Abud goes down. Ghost is going for a cover fire, but he might just give up his location in that. And look at that. He does not have a backpack for himself in this fight, and there are still more players remaining. If he runs out of bullets, that is going to be the end of him. I don't think so. He has heals as well, as he is just surviving out there. Look at Umair just moving in from the other direction. He can catch Ghost off guard. He does, and Cronus actually takes him out. That is going to be the end of LOU eSports. Now it is a 3 versus 2 as HFD has all the players. I think Murtaza is going to go on a bait or anything. No, he just charges in and just goes down once again, snaking up.
So I think today has definitely been the day of the underdogs, as it was all the teams that were not having strong performances during the group stages who have stepped up big this time. 3 versus 2 situation out in the open. There is a car available for cover. The smoke has been thrown, but it was from the side of HFD, and that is going to provide the players from the side of F2D some cover. So a little backfire on that entire scenario, but Talal was forced out into a corner as he did go for a peek. Cronus is going to spot him out, and F2D eSports take an exit. HFD getting the chicken dinner for themselves.
We were thinking what gun will be in that airdrop. Now we knew the answer. M249, the demon gun obviously was
and it
out
ended
there.
the game.
And it just ended the game out there. Murtaza has been incredible in today's performance in the final game, especially previously as well. He has done really good work, and if we have to talk him say that he was the MVP player, I think HFD Murtaza actually proves it.
Yeah, HFD, they were. I said it during the middle of the game as well. They are doing really well, but can they convert into a chicken dinner? And I think the answer was yes. But let's have a look at the MVP for this game and see who it is. I think it's going to be the man that you were telling us about. It's going to be Murtaza with 5 kills, 457 damage, and 9 kilometers of distance traveled.
I mean, that is obviously a really good amount out there, and almost 10 kilometers of travel. It just shows that, you know, he was going for the rotations on all the sides, because they had to start from one direction, just move into Yasna, Polyana area. So that just actually looks really good, if anything, from these players' side and all those things. But then moving on, this was just one player that had, you know, an impact, and he did it for his team. Were there other players from his team as well? I think there might be. As Cronus was also doing a lot of damage from his side, and Umar, he was taken out in the early stages. Let's just have a look at the top 5 players out in this game, as Murtaza and Cronus were out there, 5 and 4 kills. Bablu Ghost as well. Bablu got eliminated, but still Bablu Ghost has that name. DFUZeOXY was out there with the 3 kills, and NESM was also out there with 3 kills for the team.
Yeah, so Bablu, one of the players, did step up this time around, but still that wasn't enough for the team to come in. HFD, 2 players performing really well. Murtaza and Cronus, 9 kills on just these 2 guys combined in total. So an amazing performance coming in. But on the other side, another team that was having an amazing day today, VFXOXY. So their performance was pretty incredible, the way they played these games. And as I was saying, today has been the day of the underdogs, because VFX did really well, 247 did really well, and HFD did really well. Gaming Hub finally got the chicken dinner that they wanted. So some of the teams that were having sort of the middle of the table performances, and some of the teams that were not even getting that, having an incredible standing, and teams that were doing really well during the group stages are just falling apart in the semi-finals.
I mean, exactly, that was one thing that just happened. But then these were just about the players and all those things. Just like you said, some teams were falling apart. We'll have to see where they were in this match and in the overalls as well, because the final standings will be right in front of us in a while. But if anything, there was still some really good moments. If you remember the one before that just happened out, and all those scenarios. So we will have to see how that changes everything for the game.
Yeah, we definitely have to see how things are gonna change. But one thing that we have to look at before that, it's gonna be the match standings for this game. So let's have a look and see how many points did the teams get this time. As HFD are gonna have the 32 points coming for them. F2D on the second position, 21 points. LOU eSports on the third, 17 points. VFXOXY on the fourth with 13 points. NortheSports eSports on the 5th, Bablu on the 6th position with 9 points, Team Aqua on the 7th with 9 points, 2xOfficial on the 8th with 8 points. Moving on to the next set of 8 teams, let's have a look over there and see which teams are not doing so well. 247 on the 9th position, just 7 points. Fyme on the 10th this time, 7 points. Nexus team on the 11th with 6 points for them. Team HR, they had an early exit as well. 3 points to them on the 12th position. Gaming Hub had an early exit, 13 points, 13 position with just 1 point, 0 kills. So they were coming from the momentum of a chicken dinner. That has to be an upset for them. R3D Esports, 14th position, just 1 point. Arkadians on the 15th and Rogue Nation on the 16th.
Yeah, as of now, these were out there for this one game.
Yeah.
But then obviously, see, overalls are going to be really different from this ones because some teams, just like we were saying, 247 Gaming, they started good. They had 6 kills for themselves in this one, but the placement one was one. So that thing and all, Fyme, they dropped out early in this one and all those things. So this game one was plus all the 3 games, the overalls that are going to come. It's going to tell us probably a different story or something.
Yeah, it is definitely going to tell us a different story because these points are going to be added to the team's overall performance as they have had in this day. And once we have a look at the overall standings, I think things are going to be a little bit more clear. But it is going to be the same situation over here as well as it was with the wildcard that we were doing before. As teams from Group A, they have played 8 games. Teams from Group C and B, just 4 for them right now. And let's have a look at the overall standings and see how these teams did today. Fyme still sitting on the 1st position, but the gap has closed. And HFD, they have taken the 2nd position spot for themselves. NortheSports are on the 3rd position. TeamvfxOXY are on the 4th. They climbed up. And Envy has fallen down. But the good thing is Envy is just there with 4 games. And Arkadians on the 6th spot. They dropped down as well. Portal eSports with 4 games on the 7th. Gaming Hub, they climbed up on the 8th position with just 4 games. Moving on to the next set of standings, let's have a look at the next set of 8 teams. F2D Esports on the 9th, 247 on the 10th position. Freestyle on the 11th, H2E on the 12th, 2xOfficial on the 13th, LOU Esports on the 14th, TUF on the 15th, and Team Aqua on the 16th position for now. So Aqua is, they are not doing so hot as they have completed 8 games for themselves on the 16th position. So barely in the top 16, barely making it into the semi-finals right now. So they are lacking behind in the number of games. So let's move on to the next set, a last set of 8 teams and see what is happening over here as these teams have just played 4 games. They are going to be playing tomorrow as well. So that is going to be an opportunity to climb up on top. RNG on the 17th, Bablu on the 18th, Nexus team on the 19th, HR Hellraisers on the 20th, Rogue Nation on the 21st, FTFxEsports on the 22nd, R3D on the 23rd, and Diffuse, still the last team for today, 24th.
For some teams, it has been a really, really good day. But then, obviously, for some teams, their 8-game journey actually just comes to a halt.
Yeah.
And they'll be resting for, if we have to say it like that, they'll be resting for tomorrow. But then these teams, with the teams that are, all the teams in the final area, they'll be playing tomorrow.
Yeah. They are going to be playing tomorrow, but teams, as you said, the first set of round robin is going to come to an end. The first set of 8 games are going to be completed for all the teams. Then it's going to be the next set of 8 games where we will have the same rotation of groups kick in, and that is also going to be interesting. So after tomorrow, I think we will have a better picture of how these teams have actually been performing and where they compare to each other, how they compare to each other once everyone has played the equal amount of games. But for now, let's have a look at the kill leaders for the overall and see which players are going to be in there. And one weird thing, so for the first time, I think players from the side of Bablu are not going to be in there even though they have played their games.
They have played 4 games, but then the domination was not out there. So for now, these are the first 5 set of the players. You can see Fyme Moto with 16 kills, 248 to damage. NES Sensei with 14 out for himself. HFD Butt Sahab, he was doing really well out today and has 13 kills. Envy Deadshot with 13. Envy Psych. So Envy will be coming back tomorrow. So Envy Deadshot and Psych will have to up those numbers out there. But then moving on for from 6 to 10, if we have to talk about it, NES Ahmed, this guy played incredible today. FS Baba is also out there. They had incredible games yesterday. HFD Murtaza with that M249 in the end, obviously doing really good amount of damage. LOU Ghost as well, and BFX TeamvfxOXY. So some players were more than impressive. Like in the end set, you can have 11, 11, 10, 10. And so top 10 kill leaders actually have a double-digit kills for themselves, even if it was their first days of the games or something. So they have had a really good amount of, what do you can say, like dominating performance for themselves. Yeah. Otherwise, sometimes it is a different story if you see Bablu out there and all those things. But then maybe, just maybe, tomorrow.
Just maybe, yeah, just maybe tomorrow can be their day. Or is Bablu just gonna barely manage to make it into the finals with just the top 16 finish? I think that is gonna be the question on everyone's mind. And another question that everyone is gonna be bothered with is gonna be what happened today. Why were teams like Bablu, why were teams like Hellraisers not performing? And what was going on with the rotations, with the way these teams were positioning themselves? I think that has to be one of the most confusing things confusing days I've had so far.
Exactly.
But things could improve tomorrow or they could get even worse. Only time will tell. We are signing off for today. You guys take care. Good night and bye-bye.